Got a log cabin with that stovepipe hat? What's the spread, Brian? Is it 4 scores?
All customers score an NFL Parlay Profit Boost every week this season. The crown is yours.
Welcome to NFL Redzone, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Just wrapped up this morning the conclusion of the London games for 2025. The 4-2 Rams and the 4-2 Jacksonville Jaguars from Wembley. This was all Los Angeles. Matthew Stafford hitting Devontae Adams, one of 5 touchdown passes Stafford threw on the day. Jags had their best moment right here. Travis Hunter, the number 2 pick, the Heisman Trophy winner, his
Goodness.
touchdown, but this was not much of a competition. Rams went up and down the field. Devontae Adams again, one of 3 touchdown catches for that sensational wide receiver. The Rams
Yeah, I want to turn it down a little bit.
5-7 the final. Rams improved to 5-2 to 4-3. Rams at least temporarily in first place in the NFC West. And with that, our NFL Sunday is underway. Hi everyone, welcome to NFL Red Zone. Scott Hansen, excited to be with you here on week number 7. This season looks as wide open as can possibly be. The NFC has one-loss team. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not many people predicted that at the beginning of the season. Yes, I know about Green Bay, but Green Bay has a loss and a tie. Over in the AFC, you have one-loss team. That's the Indianapolis Colts.
This would be interesting.
Predicted that at the beginning of the season. Today on the show, we have some returns to
I'll turn that up.
Welcome back to the NFL, CD Lamb. Welcome back, Rashee Rice. Welcome back, Khalil Mack, and others. We'll develop those stories as we go throughout the day. Menu of games kicking off in a matter of moments looks like this. We have 6 games in the early window. Chicago has won 3 in a row. The Bears at home against New Orleans. Miami goes to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That's a weather game in Northern Ohio. Las Vegas and Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Here come the Chiefs. They've won 4. Philadelphia trying to right
Fidelity Active ETF can shift with the market, explore new opportunities, and adapt to risk, all in pursuit of outperformance. Take a more active approach with Fidelity Active ETFs.
They're in Tennessee to take on the Titans. The late window has 4 games in it.
Ice
Home
works
games
fast.
for Denver,
Heat makes
the
it last.
Chargers, the Cardinals,
Just
and
so
the
bad.
Cowboys. We'll get to the late window in a bit.
hear that?
The early window
That's the
is
sound of
kicking
Bet
off
Rivers'
here
new
at
exclusive
Arrowhead
basketball
Stadium.
prop packs game.
Welcome to the
With Bet Rivers
Raiders
prop packs,
Listen
more
up.
chances
Jeff
to
has
win
the
are in the
score back,
cards.
and it's the Rec
Place
League
qualifying
semifinal.
same-game parlays in bronze, silver,
Let's get our
or
man
gold
back in the
digital
game.
player cards. Follow live
What is that noise?
bonus bets or even a shot at up to $10,000 in bonus credits.
Hold on.
Tear into the action with Bet Rivers' exclusive basketball prop packs.
Listen up. Jeff has the score back,
Heat
and it's the Rec League semifinal. Just so bad. Let's get our man back in the game.
We'll get the football first.
We got the ice,
Be returned from
and
about
we
the
got the
1-yard
hot.
line, up over the 25, past the 30, spins away from a tackler and gets it almost to the 40-yard line. Decent field position
Ice works
there
fast.
for
Heat makes it
Vegas.
last.
In
Icy hot.
Nashville,
Just so
Tennessee,
bad.
the Titans receiving the kick. They'll down that one to take it to the 30-yard line. We'll see the number 1 pick in the draft, Cam Ward, trot out onto the field.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has the
Oh,
score
yeah.
back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot.
Second
You're so
and
back.
2. And they got it.
Yeah, so you look at their entire formula, right? It's very clear with Nick Sirianni as the head coach in Philadelphia. Who does this Philadelphia Eagles team want to be? They want to be a running team. They want to be explosive on the
And they
outside
got it.
with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith in the passing
There's
game.
gonna be a
They
big
want to get
delay,
early downs in
cause I'm
drives
watching
and
something,
fuel more of that
so
second and pass.
that's why there's a big delay.
Not who they want to be. I like getting Jalen Hurts under center like he is here.
And they toss it to Barkley. So the first 3 plays, similar to what we saw against the Giants 10 days ago.
First update is the first snap of the game in Tennessee. Cam Ward
Ah,
action to the right, comes back to the left. Just a play to get you going and get up the field a little bit. That's Gunnar Helm on the reception. Tennessee with a positive
if the
play.
Vikings win this game, I'm not gonna be particularly happy about this. They should not. I don't think they'd win this game, especially with the backup quarterback. I know he just hasn't been playing well. He's been sacked a lot, especially against Cleveland last 2 weeks ago.
That's really been their defining characteristics over the last 2 years.
Sticking with the ground. Barkley on the cutback. Not much there.
And it's already looking like Eagles are going back to
Play of
their
the day comes from the
ways of
first
last
offense.
week.
Cam Ward. This is the second snap of the game. Alec Iamaner, the rookie, shout out Stanford. Big win late last night for the Cardinal, and a nice game there for the
Is
Arizona
that?
Cardinal. It's a 20-yard gain, 2 plays, almost 40 yards of offense for the Titans.
Oh, because the Eagles defense.
Treat this as 2nd and 5, and on the other side, 3rd down is where Brian Flores' defense comes to life. All of these guys up front rushing the passer, but can you also fit the run?
They load the line. They rush just 4. Hurts gets rid of it.
And will not get there.
Effort to try to pick up the first down by Devontae Smith.
He will not get there.
And they'll mark him short.
And they will punt the football. Wow.
Does Philly want to be crazy aggressive with the tush push early? We'll find out in just a second. 3rd and 7.
I will be very surprised if they do the touch push.
And they back off the blitz. Smith from the pocket. Flag is down, and the
He's
offensive
wide
pass
open.
is complete.
We'll check the marker, but the Eagles are lining up in tush push formation.
Oh, if they don't get it, I'm gonna be so like crazy.
Here is the push.
Ooh, I don't know.
Let's see where they spot this ball. Officials were lined up at the 46.
I don't think he got there. Carolina or Fields, my bad. And does not get it on 4th and 5. Oh goodness. The Jets are not playing good.
Listen up, Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Listen up, Jeff has a sore back. Let's get our man back in the game. We got our man back in the game, and we got the hot.
What is making that noise?
And we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so back. Fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so back.
On the connection, but that only goes 10 yards, which will bring up 4th down. No Brock Bowers today for the Raiders. He is out and missing yet another game with his knee injury. You've got Spencer Rattler and the Saints, and 2nd and 4. Ball comes loose. It looked like Chicago got home to get the quarterback sack. Montez Sweat was there to swat the
Oh
football
wow.
out of Rattler's hands. We're uncovering the pile. I'll let you know in just a second. They say Chicago ball. It is Chicago ball on the turnovers. Back live to Minneapolis.
Listen up, Jeff has
Bro,
a
oh
sore
my
back.
god.
The Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game.
Takes it for a first down.
We got the ice,
Field position for
and
Chicago
we got the
after
hot.
the sack, strip, fumble, and recovery.
Titans get a field goal.
Makes it last. Icy hot. You're so back.
Ball's a little damp. Field's a little damp.
Yeah, but those are excuses, Kevin. I mean, yeah, it's off a little bit, but let's just make it clear.
Williams, what are we doing?
You know, you get an opportunity with a turnover. At this, I mean, your second drive, you're inside the 25-yard line. them behind the chains. Burden in motion. This is Manungai, the young running back with a big hole, and he's tripped up as he gets down to the 12. Jonas Sanker saved K6.
Yeah, it's first down in the red zone for the Bears. We rewind it one more time to look at the Spencer Rattler fumble here. Rattler
Spencer
throws
Rattler
a very
fumbled.
good
Dang.
football. Not saying this one was his fault. Hasn't thrown many interceptions at all. In fact, only one, but loses the fumble here. And Chicago, there is weather, by the way, at Soldier Field. Weather here in Chicago, and then there is rain and wind in Cleveland. Big gusts expected both in the Chicago game and the Cleveland game.
And another carry from
Running
Manungai on the
back
outside.
about the maybe like 3 or 4 yards probably.
Second down upcoming in just a minute. Here's a 3rd and 2 for Tua Tagovailoa and
Oh
company.
God.
Interesting week of practice and news conferences for Tua as the leader and spokesman of the Miami franchise. Malik Washington there
Oh,
to
that
catch the
okay. I
ball.
knew
That
that's.
goes for 14 yards, and the Dolphins pick up a first down. Back for Philadelphia. 3rd and 7
Wow, third and
for Jalen
13.
Hurts. 2nd and 7 in the red zone for Caleb Williams. We'll call him simultaneously as the snaps might come at the same time. Inside handoff for Philly, and that won't get the first down. The Bears shoot it
They
outside
ain't gonna
for
tush push
about
either because
3
they're like
yards.
three
It'll bring
yards
up third and
away.
about 4.
So they'll probably kick a field goal if they're that far.
See him. He's going to be all the way back here. Watch him recognize everything and come up and make that play. That's outstanding because he was at depth at the snap. So
Who's
see it
14?
with your eyes and then trust
Oh,
your instinct that he'll
Zacchaeus.
make that tackle.
That's who 14 is, I
Third
guess.
and 4. Riley shouldering more of that load without Yadam out there. They can get a first down at the 2. Manungai in the backfield and another problem with the snap. And Caleb Williams covers it up as
Saints
he
are pointing
falls
their way,
backward.
but the Bears get on top of it. Oh, and Caleb Williams shaking his left hand after that fumble.
Oh,
The Eagles going for it again on 4th down. This is 4th and 4.
Back in coverage this time for Minnesota. Hurts pointing, throwing, trying to find a loose man. It's A.J. Brown. He's in. Touchdown Eagles on the opening drive.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec. This Eagles
Listen up.
offense getting
Jeff has
back
a sore
to who
back,
they've
and it's the
been
Rec League
this drive.
semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice,
Snap and hold,
and
and the
we
kick
got
by
the hot.
Murphy is good. A 3-0 lead for the Bears, but a bit of a win for the Saints as they hold the Bears to just those
Ice
3
works
points.
fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot.
All right,
You're
positive
so back.
development for the Chicago Bears, turning the turnover into points. Big development for Philadelphia, getting that touchdown.
is that
Not only just a
McMillan?
touchdown, but a Hurts to A.J. Brown touchdown. You had Bryce Young here going to Teteroa McMillan, I
It
believe,
is
on the
McMillan. Let's
afternoon
go.
catch there for an 11-yard pickup. We'll check out the Carolina drive in just a bit. Meanwhile, back here in Nashville, Drake May and the Patriots. Drake May, over the last month, perhaps becoming a star in front of our eyes.
Stevenson again, trying to bounce to the outside. Now
Jeff,
cuts
you
it
good?
back up the
Yeah,
field.
1 sec.
And 3 really nice runs for Stevenson
Listen
with a
up.
flag
Jeff has
down
a
on the
sore
play.
back, and it's the Rec
And
League
checking in with
semifinal.
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City
Let's get our
offense. A
man back
unique
in the game.
formation here on 3rd and short.
Oh
We got
wow.
the
Kareem
ice,
Hunt
and
almost
we got
broke
the
it.
hot.
Got
I
the
thought he
first
fumbled
down,
that
but about
football.
8 or 9 on top of that. Kareem Hunt and the Chiefs move the sticks. Back to
Ice works fast,
Jersey
heat
here.
makes it
Bryce
last.
Young and
Icy
company
hot.
Hubbard is
on
You're
back
so
in
fourth
back.
this
and
week.
3rd and short.
And Hubbard will get the first down. Now, Hubbard, worth mentioning, he's 5th in Carolina history, past Deshaun Foster on the all-time list.
Back to Nashville.
You can see there Simmons was talking to the sideline. They were looking at it. His hand scraped across the helmet of Ramondre Stevenson, but he didn't grab the
Jeff,
face
you
mask,
good?
and that's why
Yeah, 1
the
sec.
flag was picked up there.
Good job picking up the flag. Good
Listen
job
up.
by the
Jeff
officials
has a
getting
sore
together and
back,
getting it
and it's
correct.
the Rec League
Got a
semifinal.
fullback in the game now. Trust Foley.
Let's get
On
our man
2nd and
back
2,
in the game.
Stevenson, fourth straight touch, another
We
first
got the
down.
ice,
And now
and we got
Ramondre
the hot.
Stevenson has more
Yikes.
yards rushing on 4 plays today than he did in his last 2 games combined.
Ice
So
works
Titans
fast,
moving,
heat makes
Panthers
it last.
moving. Back
Icy hot.
in
You're
KC,
so back.
it is Patrick Mahomes to who else?
Wow.
Kelsey finding himself wide open after Mahomes threatened to run with it. They've done that so many times. They do it again here. How about a 44-yard pickup for the Chiefs into Raiders territory?
Continues to present. Here's Pop Douglas, and he's popped down by Jahad Ward.
With the catch, the rookie from SMU gets about 6 out of it. That's a great point, Tony, about what this could mean.
They almost said it.
Worthy healthy as well. Hollywood Brown on the field. They got Juju out there at the moment. It could be just a field day for Kelsey, who already has 2 catches.
Well, the problem now is it's going to be very difficult to think you can handle in man-to-man
Running
coverage.
away from Jeffrey Simmons and then also attacking outside the tackles, not running at the interior of this defensive front.
There's Simmons right there.
May's first pass attempt. He's not going to pass it. He's going to run it. And a good run by Drake May, who here in Nashville a year ago rushed for a career-high 95 yards. His first run today picks up 11.
Jason, I think we saw Drake May really make a move this year when we saw him in Miami.
Now, and he told us before the game, the one thing coming off that week 1
44-yard play was the longest of the season for Travis. Here's a 2nd and 5. Pass down the field.
I was about to say, if that was him, I'd have been so mad.
Tight end with another big pass play for Kansas City.
Let's go triple box right now. KC is first and goal inside the 10, upper right-hand corner. Right as I was speaking, Carolina pushed forward on a 3rd and 1. The Panthers convert. Carolina is in the red zone with a 1st and 10. So Patriots 1st and 10 from the 16. Carolina 1st and 10 from the 17. Kansas City 1st and goal.
McMillan touchdown, give it.
With already 84 yards passing on this first drive. There's a handoff and backed up near the 5-yard line is Pacheco.
T-Mac, he likes to be called. Coming off a 2-touchdown.
Yo, the mic in this game's messed up.
Young dumps it off, and that is Xavier Lee and gets to the 10-yard line. I love the quick game, right?
Stacking the receivers to the left-hand side. To Rice in traffic.
Nowhere.
Down at about the 3.
Trying to get him.
That's Efton Chisholm who goes in motion on 2nd and 6. May keeps it rolling right.
There's a wide. He's just gonna lose yard.
Sit down, give him a big target, and that is just easy pushing catch like stealing.
McMillan. He's on the side.
Hubbard looking for a hole. The Jets are going to knock him backwards. He got nothing is going to have to like it. Give Jamie and Sherwood.
Clock at 1. May just gets the snap. May in trouble.
Yes. Let's go.
So he doesn't
Estol's that.
move out and create a play.
He has been running with great effectiveness this year, but he's looking to threaten.
Wide open touchdown.
3rd and goal back at the end
Nope,
zone.
there's a flag and it's on. It's gonna be on the defense. It's gonna be pass interference.
In the end zone, and it's going against Las Vegas.
Yeah, you saw the preliminary signal there. It's going to be defensive holding. That's going to give
Or
them
it's
the first
defensive
down.
holding.
Jeff has a sore back,
To the
and it's the
Kansas
Rec
City
League
Chiefs. Upper
semifinal.
right-hand corner, 3rd and 5
Let's
from
get
the
our man
12.
back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot.
No, the elbow incomplete. 4th down. You expect to see a field goal, which is what we just saw there for New England.
Ice works fast,
It's
heat
good.
makes it last. Icy hot.
Mike
Just
Vrabel
so
has
Listen up.
returned
Jeff has
to
a sore
Tennessee,
back,
where he was
and
the
it's the
head
Rec
coach for
League
a handful of
semifinal.
years. That's tied them at
Let's get our man
4-3.
back in the
Matt
game.
Ryan for KC.
Great example.
We got the
Here's 1st
ice,
and goal. Punt
and
is
we
the
got the
running
hot.
back. They bring him back around. Jets, and they toss it to him. It's Rice.
And he's right in the end zone. Wonderful.
Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. Just so back.
Back into the line of scrimmage.
If it's against the Raiders, I'm not gonna be happy about that.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game.
Oh, this is not good
We
right
got
here.
the ice, and we got the hot.
The little shovel pass goes as not a handoff. That was a
Who is that? Is that Hunt?
One of those.
Ice works
One thing, I did
fast,
it one
heat
time.
makes it last.
So I could have gotten
Icy hot.
50 of those
Just
like
so
Mahomes.
back.
Just need to run them.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, defense number 99. That penalty will be enforced on the try. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Bro, do the Chiefs even have any flags called against them so far? Like, what is going on?
Mistake he's made today. 30-yard try.
Ryan Fitzgerald,
And Ryan Fitzgerald,
right through.
the rookie from Florida State, who was the NFC
They need a
First
touchdown.
crack at his old team. He started against them before, but first crack as a
Wide
take a
open.
shot up top. Finds Jordan Addison.
Goodness.
Probably had more meat on the bone if Carson could have gotten that ball out in front of him, but as it is, a 34-yard pickup for the Vikings. Dylan Gabriel, the rookie with his latest
I thought that was
touchdown,
intercepted.
he shoots that one into enemy territory. Jerry Judy will come away with it. That's a 17-yard pickup. Couple of nice pass plays there in the Vikings and Browns games, respectively. You can see the water beating on top of the helmets of both the Dolphins and the Browns. Steady rain falling in Cleveland. Third and short for Minnesota after they got the first down with Addison. They pick up the first down conventionally here. It was Jordan Mason pushing his way forward, and a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Eagles team to that Super Bowl win a year ago, and on the defensive side of the ball, the identity was very clear. In that run through the playoffs alone, Adam, they had 13 takeaways, 16 sacks. So, I mean, their ability to get after the
Listen
quarterback,
up.
their ability
Jeff
to take
has
the
a sore
ball
back,
away
and it's the Rec League
two elements
semifinal.
that have not been as good here
Let's get our man back
through
in
the
the
first 6
game.
weeks of the season.
And they're in the red zone.
We got the ice, and we got the hots.
Vikings have been very sharp in the red zone so far this year.
And this
Floats it to the
Ice
perimeter.
works
Addison
fast.
over
is
Heat
top.
makes it
way
last.
past where it needs to
Icy
be.
hot. You're so back.
Cooper DeJean, second-year man now for the Philadelphia defense, had the coverage on Addison. This offense a little bit better than league average. League average right now is 23 a game, which is actually a pretty higher pace than we saw a year ago. Scoring's been up in the first month and a half of the season. Quick screen to the outside. That was an off-target throw by Wentz, and you can see his disappointment there as he was looking for.
From Minnesota's offense to fellow NFC North offense in Chicago, Caleb Williams. And playing good football, as you might expect during the win streak for the Bears. Wide open bootleg to Cole Kmet, and the tight end hauls it in for 16 yards. You know, the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer in an individual season. Coming into today, Caleb Williams on pace for 4,009 yards. Something to file away as we get closer to the halfway mark of the regular season. Third down here.
Oh, bad snap. Over the head of Wentz. That's a live ball. And Wentz will rescue it back there. It was being chased down by Azeez Ojulari. And Wentz
Yikes.
had to go rescue that ball.
Big mistake and a massive loss for Minnesota. We'll see how far that pushes them back in field goal range. Quinshon Judkins in space, and the rookie shakes a tackle, lowers his head, picks up 17 yards. He's going to need to have a big game here today with passing options limited because of the weather. And Cleveland is into the red zone with a 1st and 10. Yeah, I said, how far would this push them back? The bad snap is going to drive this field goal kick back to, this is going to be more than 50 yards.
60-yard field goal.
Snaps. And now Will Reichard, who's hit a 62-yarder this year already.
When businesses thrive, so do our
He got it
communities.
through.
My name is Oscar Zavaleta. I'm the principal for the Montes Group. I just knew that I wanted to be the person that made the decisions. Without Bank of America, the growth of our company would have been difficult. The way I look at it is Bank of America is one of my partners.
Unlock new possibilities for your business and community.
You
What
got
would you
Cam
like the
Ward and
power
the
to do?
Titans moving
Bank
into
of America.
Patriots territory.
Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Samson, the rookie, getting his chance. Samson finding the edge. He's a nice little.
DK is down there. DK, touchdown! His first NFL touchdown. A 38-yard strike from Cam Ward to Chimere DK. And he's going to keep that football.
Keep an eye right here on Gunnar Helm, the tight end, who's known as a receiving tight end. But what
As
Tennessee's
Dylan
discovered,
Gabriel gets
he's
ready
better
for the
blocker
snap
than
on
they
3rd
thought.
and 5, you'll see the Titans touchdown replay here. Well, let's call the Browns game on 3rd and 5, receiver slips.
Listen up.
That'll bring
Jeff
up
has
4th
a
down
sore
for
back,
Cleveland.
and it's
But
the
the
Rec
Tennessee
League
Titans
semifinal.
fired head coach Brian
Let's get
Callahan
our
Travis Hunter got a lot of points.
You're so back.
Schmidt on to attempt a 30-yard field goal. Operation sound, and Schmidt is good to get Cleveland our first points of the day.
Cleveland's fallen behind in a lot of games this year. Good for them to get a little bit of a lead here in the first quarter. Caleb Williams, oh, he got a little greedy with that one, trying to go to Rome Odunze, and Quincy Riley, number 29. Yeah, the
If the
defense
Bears
played
lose,
well.
that's
Just
gonna be so
brought
funny.
down at the last possible moment. An interception, only the third interception thrown by Caleb Williams this year. And we had this in the Vegas game. It's a quarterback sack. Geno Smith goes down. However, I think there was a penalty on this play. In fact, there was. Yeah, you know what? There was a penalty on the play. Illegal contact against the KC defense.
Oh,
Automatic
finally,
penalty.
now you put a
Illegal
flag against them.
contact.
Cross Tucker, hammered and bounces off of it to fight back to the line of scrimmage. That was Watson who walloped him.
Going to be tough sledding if you're going to throw short passes, screens.
All right, the crew tells me they found where the illegal contact came in. They'll call it against Trent McDuffie, going against Trey Tucker. So a little Trent on Trey, not interference, but illegal contact gives a new drive going for Las Vegas.
Joined by three others in the backfield. Fake the handoff and again.
And that is, I think, Mostert.
You're really going to need one of these young guys. We know Tucker, he's coming on. I really like his extension. The burner down the field, getting really good at his craft. But without having Jacoby Myers out there, without having Bowers, those are your two guys that they look to the most. But Thornton and then their rookie Besh, their second and fourth round pick, one of them has to have a day.
And don't forget about Michael Mayer also, the tight end. He's a good one.
Yep.
Third and 8. Pass caught and pushed out about 3 yards short of the first. That was Besh with the reception, the rookie out of TCU.
And those are the routes that Jacoby Myers runs. These like choice option routes right there. So he comes in, he does it. Does Myers get you that first down or not? Who knows? But great opportunity for Besh and Thornton.
As Myers talks it over with Thornton, trying to coach him.
Well, with the punt team on the field there, let's check back in with the next Jalen Hurts-led drive for Philly.
For a gain of 4. An extra body coming for Minnesota, as is typical on first and second down. A quick throw to Smith sets up third down and 1.
Yeah, nice job that time by Jalen Hurts. Rule of thumb is when you get pressured, you want to throw into the pressure. And all year, no team has faced more blitz than Jalen Hurts in this Philadelphia offense, and he's actually been very good when facing it.
Minnesota blitzes about 37% of the time. That's 10% above league average. It's the second highest rate in the league. Smith shaking out that left leg. He says he's okay.
Hey, you can't see him. For baddies laying down, you see him on all fours. He just got up.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Making his NFL debut, the rookie out of BYU.
Listen up.
Brian
Jeff
Flores
has
says,
a
hey, I got
sore
a very
back, and it's the Rec League
Before the next
semifinal.
twitch can get pushed, we'll sneak in a
Let's
New
get our
York
man
Jets
back in the
update.
game.
Justin Fields, third and
We
6.
got the ice, and
Stands
we got the hype.
delivers, but incomplete. May have been knocked
Justin
for a
Fields,
loss.
man, he's not playing
So
well.
today for the New York Jets, that will hurt
Ice
their
works
anemic
fast,
passing
heat
attack.
makes it last.
Rattler.
Icy hot.
Spencer
You're
Rattler
so
on
back.
third and 3. Take it himself. He'll go off left side, pick up the first down for New Orleans, who trails the Bears in that game 3-0. And another update on Drake May and the Patriots. This was second and 6. Toss pitch from Andre Stevenson. He's found a couple of gaps so far in this Tennessee defense. That run will go for 16 yards and a first down pass. Meanwhile, in the AFC East offenses,
Listen
Tua
up. Jeff
Tagovailoa
has a
handing
sore
off
back,
Devon
and it's the Rec
Achane.
League
Achane with
semifinal.
room. Achane with speed.
Let's get our man
Can
back
they
in the
hunt
game.
him down? They can, but not until
We
the
got the ice,
46-yard
and we
pickup
got the
from
hype.
Devon Achane. And this is live with Tua Tagovailoa in Browns territory.
There's
Snaps to
Waddle.
Waddle. He's
Let's
pitched to the
Ice
go.
works
ground,
fast,
and
heat
they'll
makes
call
it
that
last.
conclusive.
Icy hot.
Miami
You're
is on
so
the
back.
move. Let's listen in.
Miami, third year as the DC here for Kevin Stefanski. We asked him about the challenges with Achane, and he said he can just outrun you to the numbers. It's just pure speed with him. And that was certainly at the top of their game plan
That time he cut inside the tight end and then was able to get to the outside. Again, great run, great blocking, but what a play by Tyson Campbell.
So suddenly now this Miami offense showing some life.
All right, before the next Dolphins snap, here comes 3rd and 8 for the Pats.
May along the
Nope.
sideline, incomplete. Kyle Williams, the intended target.
A couple Ivy League guys
And there was no flag.
for a long, long time. Miami does not have to run a play here. Let's see how they handle this on 2nd and 11.
Probably going to try to just draw him offside, Squirrel. You cannot fall for the banana in the tailpipe if you are the Cleveland Browns.
Good disciplined defense from Cleveland.
So there we go. End of the first quarter in Cleveland. We'll bookmark that red zone drive for the Dolphins. Get you back after they come out of their TV timeout. Spencer Rattler, time to throw, but not an open receiver. Trying to get it to Rashid Shaheed, but that one goes incomplete. 4th down coming up for the New Orleans Saints. Well, we left the Philadelphia Eagles
Listen
on
up.
3rd and 1.
Jeff has
Well,
a
let's
sore
see what
back,
they do.
and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game.
Down again, and that late block.
We got the ice, and we got the hot.
So now basically negates that 5-yard pickup. It's 3rd down and 6.
Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot.
it was a
You're
good
so back.
kind of hold.
Listen up.
It was
Jeff
hard
has
for
a
us to
sore
really
back,
tell
and
whether
it's
it
the
hit
Rec
the
League
ground. I think it was a
semifinal.
good kind of just letting the play stand.
Let's get our man back in the
But here we
game.
are, 3rd and 6. But go back to that first
We got the
conversation.
ice,
Last third, 5
and
and
we
1.
got the hot.
They fell short with the first down marker. They can run the ball because it's all about getting it to 4th and 2 or less.
Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so back.
Four-man rush. Hurts lofts it up there, and it was
He didn't
near
even touch him.
Smith. He could not hold on.
That Minnesota crowd comes to their feet. 4th down. Expect the punt team to come out there.
And he missed it by like five,
And that's no good. Blake
like forever.
misses wide right. It was a 53-yard try, but in the elements there in Chicago, no good. Bears hold on to a 3-0 lead. We had a 3rd and short for Patrick Mahomes. He'll flip it in to the man who scored the touchdown. Welcome back to the lineup, Rashee Rice. Served his 6-game suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy and also coming back from last year's torn ACL. But Rice back in the lineup, back in the box score, back in the end zone on the first drive. We'll see what happens here.
A 2nd year for Callahan overall.
He's wide open again.
For 9 yards, and he's been now the recipient of 4 passes for 21 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, the Arrowhead faithful love seeing their guy back in the lineup. You know who Panther
Listen
fans
up.
have loved
Jeff
to see
has
the
a
last
sore
2
back,
weeks?
and it's the
This
Rec
man
League
right
semifinal.
here, Rico Dowdle.
Let's get our man back in the
He didn't
game.
actually start this game because Chuba
We got
Hubbard,
the
one of the
ice,
team captains
and
for the
we got
Panthers,
the hot.
is back in the lineup at the halfback position. But Rico getting back in the lineup now.
Now there goes Dowdle again.
Ice
It's gonna
works
have a
fast,
week
heat
again.
makes it
Watch it
last.
happen.
Icy hot.
Chunk
You're
run
so
and then a
back.
catch for 17 yards. We go double box here. The Dolphins start in the second quarter. Devon Achane runs it just inside of the 15-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down for Miami.
Listen
And
up.
Kansas
Jeff has
City
a
now.
sore back, and
I
it's the
need
Rec League
a Waddle
semifinal.
touchdown
Here, guys, though, the
Let's
end
get
of
our
the
or
man
first
back in
quarter,
the
Achane.
game.
and it'll be 3rd and 1
We got
for
the
the
ice,
Chiefs. Actually,
and we
4th
got
and
the
1
hot.
for the Chiefs.
Fourth
Midway
and
through
one.
the second quarter. So time for Andy Reid to think about what he'd like to do. Let's go full here to Cleveland.
Ice works fast, heat makes it last.
Third and 9. They need a
You're
pass
so
play.
back.
Repertoire, our full package with him in the red zone, but he is a target.
To his pass. Tough potential catch. Washington lunging for it. Falls incomplete.
They'll take a field goal.
As Miami's drive stalls out in the rain. And Mike McCann is going to send out his kicker.
Boy,
Listen
that
up.
timing
Jeff has a
and
sore back,
that ball
and it's the
placement
Rec League
was
semifinal.
exceptional to it. And
Let's get our man back
you know,
in
I
the
never play
game.
quarterback or receiver, but I do know this:
We
that
got the
playing
ice,
football in the rain,
and we got the hot.
it's more difficult for the receivers than it is for the quarterback.
Just so back.
Signed in late August after the injury to Jason Sanders, and the kick is good. So far, so good for both of these two kickers.
All right, kickers doing their thing there in Cleveland. This was pregame in Cleveland. Wind, rain, elements, not very cold, but wind probably the biggest issue, even more so than the rain. They were going to say gusts almost 40 miles an hour. The really
Mm.
steady rain or steady wind apparently is at about 17 miles an hour. That should affect the passing game. Chicago has almost similar wind gusts, but that pass goes from Caleb Williams to Roma Dunze, making a first down here live for the
Motion
Bears.
across from Loveland. The handoff is to Swift, and shooting into the backfield is Demario Davis, the ageless wonder. 8 straight years with over 100 tackles for the 36-year-old linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, he just, you talk about a guy who trusts his eyes and just goes and makes plays. He's right here in the middle. Watch him read everything. He sees the down block. Remember, we talked about the Bears defense doing the double teams on the down block and then climbing to the second level. You saw right there, Demario Davis, he beat Darnell Wright. You know, he was not going to allow Darnell Wright to come off that double team block and get to him representing the second level.
Second down
Listen
and
up.
9.
Jeff has
Williams.
a
And they
sighting
threw a
on Michael
blitz, and
Williams
they
in the
got
backfield.
there. Almost.
Let's listen in. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the rec league semifinals. And we got, let's get our man back in the game.
It's 4th and 1.
We
KC
got
has
the
got the
ice,
punter
and we got the hot.
40-yard line.
Ice
What
works
will they go?
fast,
That's
heat
a
makes it
significant,
last. Icy hot.
Trey
Just so
Smith
back.
starting guard for KC
Ice works
on the
fast, heat
sidelines with
makes
the
it
athletic
last.
trainers
Icy
giving
hot.
him some
Just
attention
so
right
back.
Wow, he's
now.
injured.
Offense is breaking the huddle. Looks like Mahomes and company will go for it.
A foot.
Try to draw him offside. Mahomes says, Coach, it doesn't
Oh, there they go.
work.
They
He
do
was
go for it.
faking it.
There they
He
go.
got you.
You had given up on that one. You thought that
Wait,
one was over.
wait.
Sorry. Offsides, and then we're going to go ahead and take a timeout punt. And then he goes, and Mahomes goes, it never works. It never stinking works.
Yeah, that's what he
Let
said.
me just try it again. Boom, first down.
And Kareem Hunt is the ball carrier to pick it up.
Look at, he's playing.
Yeah, that's all acting.
He's literally acting like, Coach, I told you this isn't going to work.
That was
Well,
funny.
he's in enough spots. He's a good actor, and he was there as he now launches one deep down the field.
What?
Was knocked away at the last moment. He was going deep with Tyquan
Listen
Thornton.
up.
If you say anything that should have been pass interference, I would say it would be that play. He got tripped up.
Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot.
Great job.
He got a shoulder pad, but the ball was there, so.
For a little bit, but this is so close to being a
Ice
dime
works
and a
fast,
touchdown, but he
heat
had
makes
thrown
it
the
last.
pressure.
Icy hot. Just so
I'm
Oh.
back.
telling you,
Laulu had
he's been
an
playing
influence
great
on
this
that.
year. Yes, he's
Yeah.
really come on, and he's
Oh, that's a face mask.
after he got cut by the Colts last year. He did throw
Wow.
a good one.
I didn't call it either.
When he launched it. 2nd and 10. To Smith. The rookie's got a running start, and he's got a first down. As Devin White makes the
That Kansas City drive will continue. We'll keep an eye on it and ears on it, maybe ear muffs if we need it.
There goes
Of
Jefferson.
the day for Justin Jefferson. He's been good since Carson Wentz took over. I mean, he's great all the time, but he's already got a good
Carolina.
connection with Carson Wentz. He goes for 18 yards on that one. This is 4th and 1. Carolina.
Why did you run the ball on 4th and 1?
Like he did not get the first down. Rico Dowdle was the back in the backfield for 4th and 1, and he did not. They're going to give him 0 yards on that carry. Turnover on downs forced by the Jets defense. Now Kansas City continues into Vegas territory.
All right, Tracy, we got an update.
Well, Jim, you were talking about Richard Smith and how he was a wide receiver. And at SMU, Rhett Lashley suggested the move after he was watching the Chiefs and saw Isaiah Pacheco. Lashley thought that the two were very similar in their size and that he might be a better player at running back. Lashley brought it up to Smith, and he was in. And now he's playing alongside him.
How about that? Here's the handoff to Pacheco. We talking about him to the 38 for 4 yards.
And I give Brett Veach a ton of credit.
So after the Jets defense forced the Panthers off the field on the 4th down stop, give it off to Breece Hall and pinballs off a couple of would-be tacklers. A 5-yard tough carry there for Breece.
Interception, interception, interception. I don't know.
Looked like he was going to go far outside. Then the receiver, Malachi Corey, came in between some offensive linemen. And Corley goes for 17 yards on that pickup. Nifty design there by Cleveland.
Oh, that, wow, was dangerous.
There's a flag, it looks like.
Was over there with Noah Gray. We do have a marker down on the far side, line of scrimmage.
Holding. Oh, no defense. Offsides.
As they mark off that yardage, let's pick up a 3rd and 5 Minnesota from their own 39.
Those first 2 losses, including one to these Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch. 3rd down and 5 for Wentz. Motion Addison. Blitz coming. Wentz hit as he throws, picked off. Intercepted. There goes Jalix Hunt. House call Philadelphia.
No.
NFL pick leads to his first touchdown.
That is not good for me.
This time it's Vic Fangio doing his
That's not good for me.
Brian Flores. They had an all-up pressure. They moved Jahad Campbell, Jalix Hunt. He started on the line of scrimmage, and then they bailed back. What a great design. You see, they got 6 up front. They bring Zach Bond, and they just drop right underneath that inside slant. And with the guy in his face, Carson Wentz just doesn't see him.
Guess who it was? Jalen Carter. Welcome back to the front line for Philly after missing last game with a heel injury. One of the key returning pieces for Philadelphia in the past.
And Carson Wentz took the worst of that one there, but it's a defensive pick 6 for Philly. They're an extra point away from a 14-3 lead. Oh, we got a late hit here in the Justin Fields, New York Jets, Carolina Panthers game. 21, Nick Scott came in as Fields was sliding.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank
Oh,
of America is
goodness.
the world's best bank for small and medium-sized enterprises. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Chiefs are in the red zone. Jets are just outside the red zone. We'll bring in New York when we can. And, oh, by the way, Justin Fields is out of the game right now. Can we double box in the New York game, guys?
Wow.
Witness a true story. Okay, Browns on first and 10.
Of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
The only thing making sense to me right now.
Oh my.
There's nothing even for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Don't need to be perfect. I just need it to feel right.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
So Judkins houses it, sending the dog pound to its feet. We'll go to the triple box here, bottom of the screen. Justin Fields is on the sidelines right now. Tyrod Taylor is in quarterbacking the Jets. These are the subsequent snaps after Justin Fields was hit late while he was sliding. Upper right-hand corner, Rashee Rice. Oh, they were trying to get another one to Rashee Rice with the little flipsy inside. As we'll sort out the penalty flag here. Clete Blakeman, the official in charge. Here's his call.
Start. Offense number 66.
Okay.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
So Chiefs get backed up 5 yards. Another replay look of Quinshon Judkins, the rookie. He's been nice in the first 6 weeks of the season. Quite a pick for the Cleveland Browns. And they take a 9-3 lead waiting on the extra point. Tyrod.
Wait, no, there is a penalty as the catch is made by Josh Reynolds on a good throw from Taylor. Flag at the 21-yard line.
Quarterback last year. Would have been an easy touchy. What was it? Tutty? I think you said touchy. There's 8 touchies. First and goal from the 9, and that's into the first row. Maybe the second.
Brad Rogers, our referee, already had to sort out the hit on Justin Fields that has taken him out of the game for the moment.
when last we said the name Jake Moody, he was the hero for the Bears on Monday Night Football. The former 49er, now Chicago Bears kicker, comes in for the 39-yard chip shot, and Chicago has a 6-0
Down the
lead.
middle,
And he's got another touchdown for KC.
Third down 9. Pressure coming, picked up. He has a moment. And Tyrod Taylor gets out of it, puts a move on. And back to around the 16-yard line. It's going to be fourth down.
Everyone else is pressuring. And then when you have all the weapons out there, Jim, you can find your best matchup. But I don't love
tie this up.
Great job by Tyrod, breaking tackles, putting his foot in the ground. Hey, man, 15 years in, guy still is nimble. Guy still is a viable running threat for the New York Jets.
Well, Jet fans
Jeff, you good?
were questioning the starting quarterback, and should there be a change? Injury has
Listen up.
prompted that.
Jeff
Nick
has a
Folk
sore
trying
back, and it's the rec
on the
league
field goal
semifinal.
of 34 yards.
Let's get our man back in the game.
90 straight, maybe.
We got the ice. Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the rec league
A
semifinal.
scoring drive for the Jets. Good fake.
Let's get our man back in the game.
Starting
Ice works
quarterback.
fast. We got the ice. Makes it last. And we got the
Justin Fields got an injury.
Minute or two ago. They'll take a TV timeout and come back with the kickoff. Won't have the football again for
ice
at
works
least a couple
fast.
few minutes.
Heat makes it
Keep you
last.
posted if you
Icy
hear
hot.
anything on
You're
Justin
so
Fields.
back.
Drake May shaking a defender. They had a spy on him, and he shook the spy. That is pretty special out of the second-year quarterback. 19-yard gain for Drake May. This is live action now. Ramondre Stevenson having a decent first half.
NFL Today update with Adam Schein.
Andrew, it's Patrick Mahomes' second touchdown pass of the ball game. This time to Hollywood Brown. 8-yard score. It's all Chiefs. 14-0. Back to you.
Gosh, you know that drum they pound at the beginning of the games in Kansas City? Can you feel the concussion beat of Kansas City right now? Putting it together? They're starting to make their move.
So is Ramondre Stevenson. Another punishing run by Stevenson. Still going. And the Patriots fans here in Nashville love it.
New England now into enemy territory. So is the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler back to pass and coming off the edge on a corner blitz. Kyler Gordon, number 6, gets home for the quarterback sack for the Chicago D.
Exactly what they're doing so far today. As you see, Drake May having to do a little bit of the switcheroo on the helmet. Josh McDaniels there talking to him at the end.
Probably means the communication went down in the helmet to go get a second one in for the green dot.
Play fake. May with pressure coming, able to locate Stevenson, who was tackled immediately by Cedric.
You good?
Yeah, got a couple of updates for you. This is the Cleveland Browns kickoff.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the rec league semifinal.
Receiving it down inside
Let's
of
get
the
our man
10-yard
back in the
line.
game.
And now the ball is loose. Told you
We got the
would
ice,
be an impact here.
and we got the hot.
Football. I think it was Grant Delpit that came in to punch the football out from the return man, and Cleveland comes
Ice
away
works
with
fast.
that big
Heat
special
makes it
teams
last.
play there.
Icy hot.
Setting up
You're so
Dylan
back.
Gabriel and company in plus territory in the Minnesota-Philadelphia game. Carson Wentz, pick 6 the last time he came out. Throws it into double coverage. What are we doing there? Wentz throwing it up for grabs. Number 24, that's a rookie. Andrew Makuba coming away. Shout out to the Texas
Dude.
the rookie corner comes away with the interception there. He's a safety, actually. Wentz is in trouble there in the first half. And another quarterback sack, and it's Gordon again. He comes off the edge twice. What is going on? The defense is making plays here in all 3 of these games. Let's find a drive that we can park it on for a minute. How about the New England Patriots? Maybe a surprise, being down by a touchdown coming up on the midway mark of the second quarter, but New England is moving.
Travion Henderson at running back. He gets the handoff here. And Henderson gets 3 yards on first down.
Hey, Redzone fans, this break in the action could be a break for you to get in on the action with DraftKings, the #1 place for live betting. Just use the promo code Redzone for a pack of live boosts. Hurry up, the next play is about to start.
Austin's a guy they want to get out in space to be able to show the explosive nature of him as an athlete.
2nd down and 8. May looking for Mac Hollins along the sideline. He's got him. What a pass by May right over the head of Amani Hooker.
Did you say Drake May has confidence, Jason?
Drake May, there's not a quarterback in the NFL right now that has thrown the deep ball better than he is.
So Cleveland trying to turn the special teams turnover into points. Dylan Gabriel out to his safety valve. Harold Fannin Jr. We like this rookie. If you watch Redzone every week, we say this kid, they found something in him. That's a 12-yard pickup for Fannin Jr.
The 10th play of the drive. And he gets a couple on the ground. Ramondre Stevenson already with a season-high 73 yards rushing. And on this drive, Drake May, 4 out of 4.
I was about to say on this drive, I was like, oh my God.
Running the ball today. There haven't been any negative plays, and that's something that has killed them all season long. They'll have a good run of 7 or 8 yards here, but they always end up losing 4 or 5, which sets them back in the drive.
May running left, he's going to keep it, and he gets inside the 5-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Cody Barton, and that makes it 3rd.
It's getting you right back for 3rd and goal, New England. After 3rd and 5, Geno Smith in Las Vegas.
Mostert comes into the backfield on 3rd and 5. Geno.
Why?
Had to commit to it. He got past the line and he falls.
I don't understand why he just sat there, but
3rd and goal for New England.
don't run it.
May, end zone, Hooper! Touchdown! Austin Hooper!
Okay, at least it's a passing touchdown and not a rushing, because that would have been so bad.
All the kids at home were looking at that last one, and they're saying, that's what you call a head top, a guy going up and over. That was L'Jarius Sneed trying to recover down here at the bottom. We're going to look at Sneed. He's right here. He's looking at Hooper. He loses track of him in this zone, tries to catch up, and this is a fantastic play by Austin Hooper. You teach guys, catch the ball with your hands, go out and attack the football, and he did it there.
And the extra point by Borregales is good. On that drive, Drake May was 5 of 5 for 51 yards, and he also rushed.
Drake May continues to impress, and how about that catch by Hooper? Could be a candidate for top 5 plays of the day when we come to the end of NFL Red Zone about 6 hours from right now. How about back down in Cleveland? The Browns have moved it into the red zone, 2nd and 12 from the 17.
Listen up, Jeff has a sore back in his direct league semifinal. Listen up, Jeff has a sore back in his direct league semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the Ice works fast, Heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so bad. Ice works fast, Heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so bad.
Yeah, you good? And the Bears' defense has been the story of this first half. And you know who the Bears'
Listen up, Jeff has a sore back in his direct league semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game.
Maybe so.
We got the ice, and we got the hot.
We've got one red zone and 3 red zone possessions now. Browns game comes to a stop. Let's go full to Chicago.
Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Icy hot. You're so bad.
Davis, who knifed in and got him around the ankles, short of the line to gain.
And they're only going to get better. That's the biggest thing about the run game. You know, when you have the run game, you know, it takes time. And we talked to Ben Johnson about it. He goes, hey, you know, I was on that staff for a year before I became the offensive coordinator, was able to build my run game. And I was working with Hank Fraley, the offensive line coach. We had the exact same approach. So that one came together a little bit quicker. This one's going to take more. There's a lot of different people, a lot of new faces trying to get on the same page in this run game.
Roshan Johnson with the carry. He's following a blocker, and Johnson with fresh legs Diggs out of bounds at the 12. Jonas Sanker runs him out, and a first down, pickup of 9 for Johnson.
You're just getting some bodies now. You're really getting big over here. Durham Smythe is
to go in London against that Minnesota defense. Brian Flores last week had to deal with Mike Tomlin's D in Pittsburgh. How does he diagnose this Dolphins defense? 3rd and 8 as they play from the Miami 14. Gabriel from the gun. Miami rushes 4 underneath. They get it to Ford. Ford, first down. It'll be first.
From the eye, Swift, cut back, hops into the end zone, touchdown Chicago.
Because what happens when you start to have success running the football in one direction? Well, that defense is going to overreact, and they're going to move. They're going to press here. They're going to press here. They're going to press here, and that guy's going to stretch it and wind it back.
They were working on this in practice on Friday with Judkins at quarterback.
So Judkins lines up, takes the direct snap, wildcat. He's got a convoy, and Judkins, that second little stab at it's going to pick up a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Ashton Davis among the tacklers.
You know what that's called, Spiro? Football history. That's the single wing football. That's
old school.
That's old school.
Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Transmission just to witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
Play the drive. To fight for what you believe in.
These new songs,
we are
the
down
only
to
thing making sense to me
right now. This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play
this. Like Cleveland is going to take a timeout here, trying to let that play clock run down.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
We'll get everything set.
Well, Patrick Mahomes is having himself a first half, has 2 touchdown passes already. And now, this year, more than in recent years, he's decided to stick his foot in the ground and go. Came into the day with 222 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. He'll pick up another 10 yards there on the ground. We'll keep you posted from Kansas City. Just a moment ago, back in Minnesota, Carson Wentz almost sacked, hit from behind, able to get it away to Jalen Naylor. That's a 26-yard catch there for Minneapolis for the Vikings. Justin Fields is back in the game for the Jets. Not only back in the game, but they're going to let him run with the football to the sideline there. So they obviously feel he is good to go. We'll keep you posted on the Jets. They're tied up with 3. Second and goal here.
For a little bit of a bobble, Judkins gets it back. Judkins spins his way in for the Cleveland touchdown. Boy, they go from near disaster to 6. And once again,
the Cleveland Browns have not scored more than 17 points in 11 straight games. They're an extra point away from 17 in the first half against Miami. Meanwhile, Justin Jefferson with a short catch and a run after the catch. JJ going 40 yards on that one. 1st and 10, red zone, Vikings.
Can be there. Off the fake, Wentz outside. Here's Oliver. And Makuba's there to bring him down after a gain of about 9 or so. And he's second down and short inside the 10 for Minnesota.
Yeah, you come into games like this, and you know it's so easy as a play caller or as a quarterback to say, you know, I got to generate explosives. They finally got a couple of them going last week. They had 5.
I think we got time just to sneak in another 3rd down here. 3rd and 4 for Mahomes, midfield.
Standing up.
3rd and 4 it is.
Spy didn't do his job.
He's got it again, scrambling for another first.
You have to call them, even though Philadelphia's defense is very good defending them, and that's where the trust in your veteran quarterback.
Sorry about that. We'd like to try the monster menu.
The monster menu at BK is frightfully fun for families of all kinds.
Go up there, comes around the edge. But I think it'd be more important to kind of stay right there over the center.
This, or you can
And if he didn't have this,
Wake up! We got pain to release by morning.
Approaching a 2-minute warning.
Icy hot, nighttime recovery. Just so bad.
They get the Pacheco, fire down the field in the direction.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo
Get your Venmo debit card today with free Perplexity
Keep
Pro.
that note on the Cleveland Browns. Here's the extra point to give them 17 on the game. And there it is. The Browns have scored 17 or fewer points in 11 straight games. And unless something disastrous happens, Cleveland should eclipse 17 for the first time since week 13 of last year. They had 32 points in that game last year. All right, after the timeout, 2nd and 1, red zone Vikings.
And switch Jefferson to the top side. Mason's the back.
He's got one-on-one with Jefferson at the top.
Looking that way. Justin Jefferson couldn't haul it in. Had he done so, that would have been a spectacular play. Cooper DeJean, the Iowa native with plenty of fans here in Minnesota, pumped that ball out of the way.
That's a really good ball. 9 out of 10 times, Justin Jefferson comes down with it.
Yeah, you saw Jefferson run right back to the huddle. You can bet he's saying, give it to me again. I will not lose the next one. Taysom Hill trying to do the gadget play there, and the Bears, they saw that coming. Dominique Robinson certainly saw it coming. Big number 90 drops Hill for a big loss.
3rd and 1. Another pass play. Wentz, too tall for Jalen Naylor. And Wentz, you can tell he's frustrated.
Back in Kansas City, the Chiefs just going bit by bit down the field, and they've been feeding Rashee Rice. That's another 12-yard catch. How about 5 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown? And you see the hand signal that Rice did back to Mahomes. Yep, they are back in sync. Mahomes, by the way, 14 of 18, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Whoa.
Fresh set of downs.
Fake it to Mason. Flag is thrown. Ball is thrown. It is caught. It is a touchdown for Naylor. We'll check the penalty flag, though, and this is coming back for a hold.
I think they're going to get
Holding. Offense number 64. 10-yard penalty. Deep 4th down.
Yeah, Brandel, he kind of snatches him.
Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Jimmy.
To fight for what you believe in.
These new songs, they didn't make sense to me.
Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all. Springsteen. Rated PG-13.
Hard to pry me out of
Friday.
my small town, Jimmy.
To fight for what you believe in.
These new songs, they're didn't making sense to me right now.
34, just about the length of an extra point. Reichert adds 3 points.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
Not pulling away just yet. We are out of the 2-minute warning timeout here in Kansas City. The Chiefs in field goal range. They're thinking touchdown, though, to try and get a 3-score lead.
GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. You're going to see that no-look wonder of a pass from Mahomes in a moment.
Do it in the past, but this one was a hair different than others.
He's got a 1st and 10, and he is sacked by Adams. Jamal Adams gets to him.
Yeah, he's playing good, and they needed that right there. But going back, watch this. This is a hitch route. He's going to go ahead and keep Devin White right here. Sorry.
In the Carolina and New York Jets game, 1st and 20 after a Panthers penalty will force Bryce Young to throw. Steps up, looks for a chunk, and ball gets punched away at the last moment. Going for Jimmy Horn, but Malachi Moore, 27. Bang, comes in there. I think it was already being bobbled, but a nice play there by Moore. Oh, and almost a big play for the Vegas defense. He'll dream about that one tonight. Watch the replay.
Laulu popped out from the middle, and it fooled Mahomes. And he really could have changed the trajectory of the game right there.
Season is gone, and again,
Get you right back for the next snap, Kansas City. It'll be 3rd and 14 for Mahomes. 3rd and 13 here for Tua Tagovailoa.
Get this team together, and you don't get all the players to try to become one to overcome this, then all of a sudden it really starts to get away from you. It's super important.
Tua's pass again with 5 rushing on.
Down the middle. It is caught.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
And what a potentially huge call this is.
Before the quarterback left the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 26. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, so they get Miles Harden, and that is a monster call to spring
right. Tries to get it. It was a very risky throw by Mahomes, but he gets away with it. Good job by Smith-Schuster to keep his concentration.
Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Listening songs that really didn't make any sense to me.
I think I
It's not
heard
gonna be good for Bruce.
Mahomes
Radio can't play
yelling
this.
towards the sideline, frustrated with the play call potentially. But timeout comes with 36 seconds left
Friday.
in the half. Right side of the screen, we bring in Tennessee because they're the next closest team to the red zone. 3rd and 7 coming up for Cam Ward from the New England 27.
The footwork is what we've been talking about and stressing. And Mike McCoy, the interim head coach, says he goes by Cam Ward all the time and just says feet. Always think about your footwork. Think about being in balance. Think about what you have to do to execute and finish your throws. Because when Cam Ward does that, when he finishes with the lower body, he's dangerous.
Hard count by Cam Ward. Let's see who moved first.
Ball start, offense, number 79. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Let me tell you about
That's on the center.
Bruce Springsteen.
Boyd Cushenberry, and makes it 3rd
Witness
down
a true
and 12.
story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me
See a
out of my
replay
small
of what
town,
just
Johnny.
happened in Chicago.
To
DJ
fight for
Moore
what you
making the
believe
catch
in.
for Caleb
Listening
Williams,
songs that really
breaking
didn't
a
make any
tackle,
sense to me
and
right
DJ Moore runs it into
not
the
gonna be
red
good for
zone for
Bruce. Radio can't
Chicago.
play this.
So now suddenly Chicago in
Only
the
to be
red zone,
perfect.
Kansas
Just wanted to
City
feel
in the
right.
red zone, Tennessee
Springsteen,
in
rated
field goal
PG-13,
range.
Friday.
That was on time. Nobody's going to be able to make a play on it, and it's out front so we can catch and run.
That's the runner's ball that you're talking about. He was able to run, and he picks up 26, and now Williams to work. Little head and shoulder fake, pressure coming. Williams looking for an escape hatch. Throws on the run. It's deflected and almost caught on the deflection by Durham Smythe, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, don't know why he came back on that last one. There was an opportunity right near the end. I think it's there where you just could have gone up and kind of split that and take your chances there. You know, don't get out on the move and make a mistake. And again,
Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Listening songs that really didn't make any sense to me right
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Don't need to be perfect.
All right, we've got an injury
Let me
in
tell
the
you about
Chicago.
Springsteen, rated PG-13,
Kansas City
Friday.
went to
Witness a
commercial
true
break. You know,
story.
they're coming out
Bruce
of break right
afraid
now. Let's go
of
back
leaving
to
behind
Arrowhead.
the world he
It's
knows, of
2nd and
risking
9
it
for
all.
Mahomes. 36
Hard to pry
seconds.
me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Listening songs that really didn't make any sense to me right
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Down to the 3-yard
Don't need to
line.
be perfect. I just wanted to feel right.
This is a great job by
Springsteen,
Mahomes.
rated
He
PG-13,
literally looks to run
Friday.
as Devin White pops out, and then he knows. I mean, you got wide receivers running tight end routes, tight ends running wide receiver routes. They're good.
Timeout, Chiefs. We're back in 30 after this.
Yeah, that game is flying by in the first half. We still have 6 minutes and change remaining in Minneapolis's first half.
Contact was a hallmark, especially with this Philadelphia Eagles offense with this offensive line.
So they do run it on 1st down and 20, and Barkley gets a chunk of that yardage back. It'll be 2nd and long. Say hello to Kristen Thompson again, CT.
Thank you, Adam. Bears looking for their 4th straight win. DeAndre Swift takes a handoff, makes a nice cut, and takes this one in for an 11-yard score. Bears in front 13-0 over the Saints. Adam?
So how about this? It's an ex-Eagle, by the way, in DeAndre Swift. NFC North's been really good.
We'll watch the Jalen Hurts Eagles play for you.
They're 4 yards out.
Arrowhead.
You think it matters to have all their guys healthy?
There's a little toss to Smith, and that's going to set them back 3. They have 1 timeout left.
Good job there. Pull them
Used
out.
it here.
Let me tell you about
Now, we were talking about
Bruce
Max
Springsteen.
Crosby when we had this timeout.
Witness a true story.
Bruce
afraid of
had a
leaving
little
behind
collision on a
of
block
risking
by
it all.
Noah Gray. Check it out here.
me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe
Is this
in.
legal Jeans territory?
The only thing making
Right here,
sense
this
to me
block
right
on Max Crosby.
This is not going to be good for Bruce.
Yep.
Radio
We
can't
got
play this.
when we stepped away from the
Don't need to be perfect.
Eagles
I just
and
want it to feel
Vikings.
right.
It was 2nd and 13.
Springsteen, rated
Jalen Hurts,
PG-13,
low
Friday.
shotgun snap, did well just to catch it, try and get it into throwing position, but a couple of Vikings are there for the sack. Penalty marker came in as well. That was against Philadelphia for holding, so the Eagles going in the wrong direction there. All right, Chicago out of the timeout. Bears are 2nd and 10 in the red zone. Chiefs 23 seconds left, 2nd and goal.
Now you know you can extend the play if you're Mahomes. Oh,
Batted in the air and almost, again, going
back in for the Saints. 2nd down and 10. It's Swift with the carry. Zigs and zags his way for 9 down to the 10-yard line.
driving right there. If it wasn't, it was going to be really close. Chin, who's playing really good ball. We'll give Patrick the benefit of the doubt. We'll say it would have been a touchdown. Now, without Crosby in the game, Jim, you have the ability to extend the play in your brain. You think unless they pressure.
It's 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and goal now.
Take your time, pump fake, wait it out.
Buy some time, throw it in the end zone, and almost caught. That it was Chin who broke it up
on the field.
While we were watching that play in Kansas City, we had a false start against the Bears. So instead of 3rd and 2, it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 15.
If they were trying to get DJ Moore.
Illegal contact, defense number 11. 5-yard penalty.
3rd and 7. Williams to the sideline, leaping up for it as Colston Loveland gets the feet down, makes the catch. 1st down and goal, Chicago.
Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Facing themselves, they're the only thing making sense to me right
That was too easy to get separation.
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Don't need to be perfect. I just want it to feel right.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
Kyle Monangai in as the single back. Monangai working up the middle. And Monangai still pushing, the pile moving toward the goal line, and he's down at the 1. He's into the end zone, but they marked him down at the 1. Officials came in and blew it dead.
A little bit here. Big play right here, though. You got 1st and goal.
This for Kansas City will be the 6th snap in the red zone right before the half.
Looks left, throws left, and it is caught by Rice for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, Patrick Mahomes has owned the AFC West, and he's got his full complement of weapons today, and they are putting it to the Las Vegas Raiders. Can't do it any better than that. Rasheed Rice with his 2nd touchdown of the 1st half. Deep shot, May! Touchdown, New England! What a beautiful catch by Kayshon Boutte, and May threw that one perfectly to get it to his receiver. How about this
Witness a
lightning
true
strike?
story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Facing themselves, they're the only thing making sense to me right
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Don't need to be perfect. I just want it to feel right.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
This is really, really good. They timed the motion up well right here. You get a peel, you get a block there, but the big one, watch Drew Dahlman, the center, pull out. You know, number 1 is center pulling, but Number 2, down on the goal line. A lot of times when you're down on that goal line, guys are just firing straight ahead to get penetration in it, and it's hard if you're a puller when you leave that spot. So this offensive line is really starting to get into a groove with what Ben Johnson is teaching them in the run game.
High snap pulled down by Taylor, and the kick sneaks in. 20-0 Chicago. 2:51 remaining in the first half.
All right,
Chicago making a statement up 20-0 over
Witness a
the
true
New Orleans
story.
Saints.
Bruce afraid of leaving behind
Carson
the world he
Wentz,
knows,
Justin
of risking it
Jefferson
all.
on the 10-yard pickup on
Drive
first
me out
down.
of my small
The
town,
Vikings,
Johnny.
JJ has 3
To
catches
fight for what you believe in.
Nice first half for Jefferson.
Right
This game's been a slog offensively.
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Panthers and the Jets. Bryce Young on the run.
I just want it to feel right.
Flips it back.
Springsteen, rated PG-13, Friday.
The rookie receiver gets some run after the catch, but tackled short of the line to gain. Carolina with a decision to make here on 4th and a few. 4th and 3, let's call it.
He returned right over there, said, hey man, I liked it over here. When I lined up here, this was great. I'm going to go back there.
0 for 1 earlier on 4th down. 9 out of 15 for the season. Here they need 3. Young throws right on target. McMillan the first down and falls inside the 35-yard line.
Really not just a snag route, right? Just getting outside, having McMillan sit in
there now.
We'll go full here to Nashville as Cam Ward trying to answer the latest Patriots score.
Right there to make the tackle.
No timeout.
Neither team using a timeout. It's the Patriots who will get the football to begin the second half.
A little bit of surprise to me there. Get the completion, get a timeout, see if we can get more and try and at least get 3 going in at the half.
Sly does have a big leg as Ward throws a dangerous pass. Back behind across his body, stopping the clock with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, I don't like this at all from Mike McCoy and the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, they take a shot at Mike McCoy, interim head coach, hasn't had clock management responsibilities for a while. Not sure why with the clock running and all 3 timeouts in your pocket, if you're going to run to the line and
Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Drive me out of my small town, Johnny.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
To fight for what you believe in.
3 seconds and just
They're the only
either
thing making
fall to the
sense to
ground
me
or
right
throw it out of bounds incomplete here.
This is not going to be good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Just trying to kill the clock, and it appears that's what he's doing as he skies this one out of
Springsteen,
bounds.
rated PG-13,
And that is the way
Friday.
the first half comes to an end. And some disappointment from the Tennessee fans here, and now a little extracurricular after the fact.
Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind the world he knows, of risking it all.
Involved in that
drive me out of my
exchange.
small
Mike
town,
Vrabel is
Johnny.
trying to get his boys
To fight for
back
what
into
you
the locker
believe
room.
in.
We sing songs. They're the only thing making sense to me right now.
There's some history there
This is
with
not going to be good for Bruce.
players
Radio
and
can't play
coaches.
this.
And a good game at the half.
to be perfect.
17-13 New
feel
England
right.
on top.
Springsteen,
Drake May with
rated
another
PG-13,
impressive
Friday.
first half performance. Tua Tagovailoa hands off. Devon Achane weaving his way through the crowd. Dolphins would love a touchdown before half there in Cleveland. That game's at the 2-minute warning. Final 75 seconds here in the first half for Carson Wentz. He's running for his life. 3rd and 4. And we'll end up throwing out of bounds. It's 4th down.
66 seconds, but Philadelphia still has all 3 of its timeouts. And Minnesota's going to have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, just a really nice job on the back end. Double teaming Justin Jefferson. Quinyon Mitchell plays underneath. Reed Blankenship plays over the top. See DeJean there working in the slot. Just a really nice job. Nowhere for Carson Wentz to go, and he takes a big shot there by Jalen Carter. We feel like we've said that now a few times here in the first half.
So Ryan Wright will boot it away. Jahan Dotson will see it sail out of bounds. Not a good punt from Wright. Well, let's see what's coming up at halftime. Our friend Kurt Menefee is coming up. What's up, Kurt?
Coming up on the Verizon halftime, the Rams plant their flag in London, and the Chiefs offense gets its biggest playmaker back. We'll have the highlights, plus Terry, Howie, Michael, and Gronk are ready to break down the biggest moments of your half. We'll see you then.
Thanks so very much, Kurt. Minute to play, still 3 timeouts for Philadelphia, which has just 8 net yards since the opening drive.
Yeah, and I think if I'm Philadelphia, I'd love to put Jalen Hurts in a little bit of a 2-minute up-tempo. You have 3 timeouts, a drive starter here, something short, something easy. Get that first down and then go into 2-minute drive mode. But sometimes tempo and a little urgency can do wonders.
Final 60 seconds there in Minneapolis. We've got a minute and change remaining in the Carolina-New York Jets first half. Watch the replay. Chuba Hubbard on the delay action screen takes it up the sideline and into the red zone for Carolina. First chance for a touchdown for either one of those teams. Jalen Hurts going to press the gas pedal with 60 seconds remaining and all 3 timeouts, which they will not take right here. Clock is running there for Philadelphia.
Young, can he find anybody? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Xavier Legette. A patience, Bryce Young with a little bit of a flip between traffic to Legette.
Well, we talk about it all the time. When you run the ball effectively, what?
The clock stopped.
Yeah, I saw Sirianni signal timeout.
I thought he wanted the timeout. Hurts thought he was going to take it.
He
He did. He signaled. He's on the field. He's yelling.
Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind more than he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Listening songs that really didn't make any sense to me.
This is not any good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
Extra point by Fitzgerald is
To be
good.
perfect. I just need to feel right.
Sprint State, rated PG-13, Friday.
Versus clapping.
As we clear out the Panthers with their initial touchdown from the double box, we bring in the Miami Dolphins into the 2-box here. Dolphins down by 2 touchdowns to Cleveland. 90 seconds remain in the first half here, and you can see they are in field goal range. They'd love to put up 7.
Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind more than he knows, of risking it all.
Hard to pry me out of my small town, Johnny.
To fight for what you believe in.
Listening songs that really didn't make any sense to me.
This is not any good for Bruce. Radio can't play this.
And it's
I need to be perfect.
for
I
A.J.
just need
Brown,
to
just
feel
his
right.
second target.
Sprint State, rated PG-13, Friday.
Harrison Smith, who came flying in on the big-bodied receiver.
And nice job here by Harrison Smith, just staying flat and driving on this.
See, Darren Waller has not.
Teaming up there to bring down Hurts. And Eric Wilson was in there too. Clock is still running.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
When businesses thrive,
we
so
are
do
growing together with Bank of America.
My name is Oscar Zavaleta. Had the opportunity to launch Bank of America. I just knew that's what lists from business like ours.
What would you like the power to do?
Now Bank of America and the growth
Contact
of the
one of our
company.
local business specialists
The
at
way I look at it is Bank of America is one of my partners.
bankofamerica.com/local-business. Unlock new possibilities for your business and community. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Let me tell you about Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind.
It was Denzel Ward coming with some heavy heat. As Miami's going to line up for the field goal. Let's go downstairs to Aditi.
Spiro, isn't that exactly what Myles Garrett lobbied for on Friday? He came in and he told us that he'd been talking about to defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz about blitzing more, about taking more chances,
Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind more than he knows, of risking it all. Let me tell you about Bruce Springsteen. Witness a true story. Bruce afraid of leaving behind more than he knows, of risking it all. Witness a true story. Let me tell you about leaving behind to fight for what you believe in.
Misses left. And what's the call here from Sean Hockey?
Personal foul, unnecessary contact to the snapper. Defense, number 93. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
Backbreaker against Kevin Stefanski's Browns.
Yeah, that's a tough one against the Cleveland Browns. So while they officiate that,
yeah, they
gets to come back
I
out
don't know.
on the field. You've got
They just
Justin
like
Fields
something happening.
scrambling on this pass play. The Jets might get a shot at a field goal or better right before the
There's like a
half.
really big
27
delay.
seconds remaining in the first half. They're in New Jersey. One timeout remaining and a downed Carolina Panther getting some medical attention.
66 seconds left. Again, a reminder that the Dolphins will get possession of the football to begin the second half.
But
so you got a real chance.
You have to. If you're the Dolphins, you almost walked away from this drive with no points, and you got a lifeline. Okay? Oh, boy.
Football is loose again. Tua falls on it. And that has been really a synopsis of what the day has been like. Mistakes, penalties. Can they put it all together quickly? Clock running. Miami is out of timeouts.
Well, the timeout should not be a factor right now. It's the down and distance, and you're on the 20-yard line.
Tua, quick delivery, far side of the field, and it is caught. Westbrook Akine, the
3 of their losses came by 2 points, all against teams with winning records and division leaders. Defense keeping him in this one. Pressure coming, and he is going to be sacked. Traylon Merrick came flying in from his safety spot.
Well, this is what happens. You walk up a linebacker in wall
right here to really feel a lot better about your football team going into halftime if you could find a way to get into that end zone. And the Browns defense this year in the red zone has been one of the worst things that they do.
Waddle.
Cleveland rushing for it. Tua's going to run for it. Slides down just shy of the 5.
They can't spike it.
7.
They either have to run, get there.
And he wants more sacks. They
Run a play. Run a play. Run a play.
And the Panthers are set to receive the ball to start the second half. Fields with time goes short.
Ooh, open.
Isaiah Davis. Did he get the first? There's a flag down as he went.
We've got the Dolphins with a last-second field goal attempt, and it's up and good. So, Dolphins had 2 field goal attempts in the final minute of the first half, the second of which actually counts, and that is a 17-6 score. Look on the bottom of the screen there. It's a 57-yard catch for the New England Patriots, for the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler and company, they started this drive at inside their own 10-yard line, I believe. And Chris Olave got deeper than the deepest and popped it for 57 yards. We'll bring in the Saints here and the Jets. There's only 2 games with time remaining here in the first half, and you're looking at both of them.
Here's Rattler. Pocket collapsing, buying time. Looking downfield, he'll throw this one away. 27 seconds left in this first half. And for more on the Saints offense, we get it down to Allison.
Well, as good as this Bears defense has been, the message on the sideline for the offense for the Saints is it's not about them, it's about us. Offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier a few moments ago got all the skill guys together, and he looked them in the eye and he said, just focus on the simple things. Get the call, line up, do your job, and play your tails off. It's that simple. Doing a much better job of that on this drive.
Oh, no question. A big play will make everything look a little bit better, but now can they finish this drive? 2nd and 10. Looked like movement early on the right side as he throws to the end zone, and it's Olave leaping high for 6.
Get down, but only 4.
Just waiting. I mean, he's going to have to throw this around these 3 guys. I mean, watch this. This is really well done. Well, actually, it's the linebacker, T.J. Edwards, dropping back in, who was the 3rd guy. But this is a heck of a throw by Spencer Rattler. Now, we have not seen him play even close to
got his hands up. Outstanding.
In the face of Justin Fields, again, just collapse in the pocket.
Well, you have the speed, since he hasn't thrown the ball very well, of Fields to get in field goal range and use that timeout. And he's backing up into a Panther, and he's sacked back at the 46.
Got to bang a timeout.
Ashawn Robinson brought him down. They're going to let the clock run out. And these fans are frustrated. I hope they stay for the second half if you're a Jet fan. The Panthers are happy with the performance on the road. Check our State Farm top performer. And we're going to give it to the Carolina defense. A couple of sacks. You can add on another one. Came into this game.
Let's back up in the Saints-Bears game. They started on their own 9-yard line with about 60 seconds remaining. This was the play. We saw the tail end of it. How about that rainbow shot? Rattler to Olave, 57 yards. Then Rattler to Olave to cap it off with a touchdown drive. Saints absolutely seemed like they needed that right before the half. That Saints drive went 5 plays, 91 yards in 46 seconds. So it's a 20-7 game there in Chicago, the only game with seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see how aggressive Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams attempt to be here. The kickoff will find them at their own 27-yard line. Probably, we'll see what they call on first down here.
After that last drive, I'm gonna hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift and let's go in at halftime and make sure we come out defensively and stop the Saints offense. You've only got 16 seconds. That's 2 plays and leaves you about 4 seconds left. But Ben Johnson was with Dan Campbell last year, so I'm sure he's going to be a lot more aggressive than that.
Kyle Monungai is the running back. Williams will throw. Pressure coming. Williams on the move. Throwing on the run, incomplete at midfield. Kool-Aid McKinstry on the coverage, and he jars it out of the hands.
And after that incompletion, which took up a handful of seconds, they might just run out the clock in the first half, but we'll keep it there in the double box. Let you know that the Kansas City Chiefs Las Vegas Raiders game begins the second half. Patrick Mahomes and company. How about the drives between the Raiders and the Chiefs? The Las Vegas drives: punt, punt, punt. End of half. Kansas City's drives: touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 21-0 Chiefs as we begin the second half.
There's Monungai fighting his way close to 10 yards on the carry, and that'll take us to halftime in Chicago.
So we go to the half. Bears with a 20-7 lead there at home against the Saints. Second half underway between the Patriots and the Titans. Competitive game. Titans had the lead for a chunk of the first half in this one, but Drake May continues to sparkle in his second season. May in the first half, 10 of 11, 110 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 43 rushing yards for Drake May, and he and the Patriots get the opening possession of the third quarter. Same can be said about the Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs, where we'll listen in on 3rd and 14.
It's already kind of gotten away from him, but if you want any chance in this game, it starts right now.
Yeah, it starts right now because it's 3rd and 14. You have not made a single stop all day. Not seen a rise of punt to this point. Smith. He might have fought for it at the end. That final lunge forward. Can you believe that on 3rd and 14? I'm still looking down the line, and that's going to be a first down. That's the second 3rd and 14 they've converted in this game.
Popping out all the linebackers, you run a screen. Great job by the Chiefs offensive line to get out there, and then the extra effort at the end.
Well, that's a demoralizing conversion against the Las Vegas defense. This could be demoralizing as well. Max Crosby, according to the Las Vegas Raiders X handle, is doubtful to return with a knee and back injury. Max Crosby, one of the best defenders in the game, doubtful to return. Same can be said about Adam Butler, the defensive tackle for the Raiders. So the scoreboard is against them, the medical list is against them, and now Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs moving down the field against them.
One of them was 94 yards, another 92 yards. What have you heard Andy going into the locker room? He wants to see more of that. What do you look for?
I think it's the same thing. I mean, run the football, but truly, you're just out here to improve and get better. You feel like you're going to win the game, but don't make any mistakes, right? Make it a simple play calls like this.
Over to Rice. Rice near the first with his 7th catch. Going to mark him short.
With Visa's fraud protection, you don't pay for what you don't buy.
What you gonna do now?
Just need that security code in the back of the car.
No one is more secure than Visa.
Run the ball or throw it short. It's like an extended version of the run game, and you get a guy who can run the ball like a running back out there and get it to him quickly.
At 3rd and 1, that means it's Kareem Hunt time.
The safeties are too deep for 3rd and 1. To the flat.
Fake to Hunt, and they go right back to a wide out. The ball comes up, but it's scooped up. Brown fumbled it, and then Worthy was on the spot. For another Kansas City first down, and more frustration for Pete and the Raiders.
Yeah, and Chin did a great job, 11. You know, for the Raiders to get this ball loose.
Well, that's why you're going to fumble it.
Yeah, and then right here you try and protect him. It's too late. Doesn't have 3-4 points of contact. And this ball just doesn't go the Raiders' way again. They could have had a few turnovers already.
By the way, it hasn't gone anybody's way when the ball's been loose, because the Chiefs have gone 15 straight games without a lost fumble.
Cover 0 means they're all coming.
Here's the handoff to Pacheco. He is running hard again for about 6 or 7. I said they haven't fumbled in 15 games.
Well, it's Drake May time for the second half. Opening possession of the 3rd quarter for the Patriots. 3rd and 8. May, good clean pocket by that Patriots offensive line. Stephon Diggs makes the catch. That's a 24-yard pickup. A couple of plays later, it's Drake May. It's Mac Hollins. 27-yard pickup. And bang, 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 just like that, Patriots are already into scoring distance against the Tennessee Titans. We'll bring them in just a moment.
That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, great job by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on that throw. A little sky hook.
Okay, now watch what just happened a second ago here for the New England game. Drake May back to pass, steps up. Now he wants to run, but watch the tackle at the end of the play. His head hits the turf pretty hard. He shakes his head there. One more replay of it. The reason we're spotlighting this is May has just gone to the sidelines. This very well could be the independent medical examiner looking at the sideline saying, no, that was a helmet blow there, and that is a live shot of Drake May without his helmet heading towards the blue medical tent. So that is something to watch there for New England. And Xavier Worthy comes away with a terrific grab with a penalty marker down in the Chiefs-Raiders game as Joshua Dobbs is warming up on the sideline for the New England Patriots. So a lot going on in these two games right now. Kansas City in control. What's the penalty marker here in the Chiefs game?
Holding defense number 30. Penalties declined. As overplays the first down, Kansas City.
You'll see Holmes.
And so Drake May in the blue medical tent. And Josh Dobbs, who we saw and we've seen in recent years with multiple teams, going to get his snaps now, or snap, depending on how long May is in the medical tent for the New England offense.
Mahomes magic, and whatever it is, it's showtime.
They never had aeronautical engineering before, and Josh Dobbs created it.
Stevenson on 2nd and 4. And he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down with May still in the blue.
There you go. Handoff.
Look at this.
Button heads down to the 6 for
game with the hamstring injury. So Simmons out, May in the 10, and Dobbs in the Patriots looking at 3rd down and 4.
And this would be interesting to see what Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel are thinking. Are there 2 plays here to pick up the first down with Josh Dobbs on the field that maybe you don't throw it, and maybe you end up running it and possibly trying to go 2 times to get it?
Dobbs to the air, eludes the sack, keeps it alive, and throws for a first down. What a play by Josh Dobbs. Douglas reels it in.
One team right now is looking a lot more physical and in rhythm, obviously, than the other.
By the way, you saw Worthy shaken up. on the sideline as Pacheco races. Oh, we got a flag in the end zone, but it's a touchdown for the moment by Pacheco.
Appeared in. He had mop-up duty in the route against Carolina as Stevenson is stood up by James Lynch. And Drake May out of the tent, back on the field to a huge ovation from the Patriots fans here in Nashville.
A lot of Patriots fans here as you saw Drake May coming out of the tent. This place erupted, but a lot of credit to Joshua.
Well, great to see May getting back in the huddle. We want to let you know that the KC touchdown does stand. The flag came in on the play against the Raiders, obviously declined. Isaiah Pacheco, and the extra point pending will make this a 28-0 Kansas City lead.
May to the air, locates Stevenson, and Stevenson shoved out at the 15-yard line. That'll bring up third down. Darrell Baker on the tackle for Tennessee.
Second half action underway between the Vikings and the Eagles. Eagles with the lead, but it feels a little different because Philadelphia, they had a pick six, and the Eagles had an opening drive touchdown, but then they were shut down on offense. Minnesota has the first possession of the second half, and they're moving. Jordan Mason with a 12-yard carry. He's got 9 attempts on the ground for 35 yards. We'll get you there if they get to the red zone.
On third down today. May to Diggs. What a catch by Diggs. He's going to be short of a first down. Great hands by Stephon Diggs. Baker there for the tackle.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs and the offensive line saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's fourth down. Mike Vrabel leaving the offense on the field in Tennessee. Justin Jefferson and the Vikings have a 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Let's bring him in and go back and forth.
That tells you how much he trusts his second-year quarterback.
New England is 8 for 10 on fourth down this year.
That's how Empty said this could be a quarterback run play here.
May threw it behind Douglas, who made the catch. What a catch by Demario.
Darius Frost, the alter ego now. Here is Mason, another big run along the edges. This has been a problem for Philadelphia's defense. Over the course of the year, they've allowed 100-plus rush yards in every game.
That he hangs up in his room one day, sliding on the ground and just reaching back and snagging that one. Unbelievable catch by Pop Douglas.
The first off-target throw of the day for May, and Douglas turns it into a key first down.
First and goal for New England. Ramondre Stevenson walks it in for a touchdown. Fascinating drive by the Patriots. You saw a little bit of everything there. And New England adds to its lead.
The key players on the drive to me, Josh Dobbs with the third down play.
Yes.
And then Pop Douglas on the fourth down, picking it up.
As Ramondre Stevenson extends the lead for the Patriots, you'll watch the replay there. Minnesota just had a short run for, let's say, 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 coming up for Minnesota.
Off-ball run and chase backer here against Minnesota. All-pro last year for the first time. It is Michael Juergens playing at center, so we've seen both Brandel, who had some struggles in the first half, and now Juergens. Wentz fakes it, running out of time, and just throws the ball ahead for an incompletion. Yeah, I think there should be.
And we've got second half action beginning between Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns.
As Miami begins with possession, down 11 from their 30. That one is picked. Campbell, and he will waltz in for the pick six on the first play of the second half. Achane couldn't quite squeeze it, and Campbell in his second game with Cleveland. Massive play for the Browns.
Well, that's not how to start if you're the Dolphins, but you're happy if you're Jim Schwartz. Rayshon Jenkins playing a little bit more in this game to match the personnel.
Wentz today. And now Philadelphia is just going to play coverage here. So underneath Hawkinson, Vaughn is there along with DeJean. So now it'll be 4th down and 9, and the field goal unit's coming.
Yeah, so go back. So, you know, I'm joking, Spider 2 is probably Spider 3. It's fast to the flat, play action. They're going to release. It's usually a very goal line play. He's wide open. Just throw him the ball. The first read of that play is fast fullback in the flat, and then if they jump the flat, you have some layers over the top, and just didn't see it.
So Minnesota had only failed to score a touchdown in the red zone 5 times on 15 trips. They have failed 3 times today to pick up.
Minnesota snugs it a little bit closer, 14-9 as they take their break. We've got the Carolina Panthers now over in Jets territory with a touchdown lead.
Coach, you get in the end zone that last drive. What have you liked about the way that Bryce has settled into this game, and also you're rotating back?
Yeah, extending plays, finding his completions down the field, gave us some big 3rd down opportunities there. Got to give credit to the Jets. They've been playing our run game really well. We got to get that part going.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
And Dave Canales. In defense of the 2-back system, as Bryce Young rolls and flips to Tommy Tremble. You know, Canales has 2 fresh backs in the second half.
Well, Las Vegas, boy, this is going to be a tough slog in the second half here. They're down 4 touchdowns, and Chris Jones and the defensive front for Kansas City, they can just pin their ears back and try and eat, as the saying goes. Quarterback sack there. That's actually the first sack that Geno Smith has suffered so far today, and it was the All-Pro Chris Jones doing the honors there.
Dave Canales, I'm going to say, hey, man, I'm going to lean into Rico Dowdle, who the last 2 weeks has been so good for us.
Hubbard 9 carries, Dowdle 6. Young with a lot of room to run. And will get the first down. We'll pick that exact spot that they mark him as he dove around Jermaine Johnson inside the 40. And good enough for the first.
Yeah, these are things you need to do if you're Bryce Young, right? You get in spread, you get guys down the football field. And when you do that, you've got, you know, empty backfield. So many guys are back there in that back end trying to protect against that. Against that pass. You see the red flag, challenge flag right there.
I think he's challenging whether he had the first or not.
New York Jets are challenging the ruling on the field of a first down.
So he's giving himself up. Knee ball, that looks close. Take a closer look. See if the challenge pays off for the Jets.
All right, stoppage there at MetLife Stadium. Back to Nashville.
Nice matchup.
I was on Broadway. I didn't get to check those out.
They weren't flashing the scores down there.
Ward lost the football. Scooped up by Chason, and it's a touchdown. There is a flag down, but Caleb Chason in the end zone with the football. That's been a big problem for Cam Ward. Let's hear what the call is.
Holding. Offense. Number 17. That penalty's declined. The result of the flag is a touchdown.
Caleb Chason with the touchdown. And for Cam Ward, that's his 5th lost fumble of the year.
Listen, you see all the ability in the world from Cam Ward, but he's had a turnover in every single one of the Titans games. He has to value the football more. You cannot have plays like this happen at the quarterback position because you don't allow your football team to have a chance when you're just losing the ball in a situation like that and giving up 6 points.
And a great example of what Mike Vrabel told our teammate A.J. Ross at the half. We need more pressure on Cam Ward on 1st and 2nd downs. Got right to him there with Chason right in his face before the ball left his hand.
First NFL touchdown for Caleb Chason. The extra point by Borregales is good. And the Patriots have scored 2 touchdowns in the last 11.
Yeah, there was your oh no play of the day by Tennessee. And the Patriots will gladly take it for an 18-point lead in the third quarter. Back here in Cleveland, what do we just have?
Jim Schwartz. A lot of guys who can.
Actually, back here in Arrowhead, what do we have right now?
Hey,
Charles Wright.
Yeah, they're looking at saluting a hometown hero, a veteran. And the Chiefs' offensive huddle looked up that way and gave their own salute to a hometown hero.
It's a great community here.
Classy.
Very much so.
Pacheco. Looked like he got stopped for no gain. Turns it into 4 or 5. It's time to shine a little bit with our man Adam Shine in New York.
Jim and Tony, first pass for Tua Tagovailoa out of halftime. And it's picked. Tyson Campbell. It's a pick 6. It's been all Browns today. 24-6 Cleveland over Miami. Back to you.
There might be some news out of Miami in the coming days. They are getting hammered by the Browns. A one-win matchup. Two teams with a win apiece. Worthy is back in the game, by the way. Can you believe it? As Pacheco gets within a yard or 2 of the first.
Let's bring back in the Philadelphia offense. They went on an opening drive touchdown, haven't scored since on offense.
Something downfield, and it's Devontae Smith. He's loose. He's got it. He is gone. Touchdown, Eagles. Lightning strike to Devontae Smith from 79 yards. The longest play of his career. The 2 longest have come against the Vikings.
As far as a total domination.
One time they did not convert. They ended up turning around converting on 4th and 1. As Kareem Hunt has another conversion. 8 out of 9. That was Pacheco, actually, not Hunt. We've been talking about Rashid
on the outside by Devontae Smith against Isaiah Rodgers, the former Eagle. That is an element of this offense that I think they can continue.
Look what his numbers, how they line up with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill around here.
Wow.
His massive play for the Eagles, 21-9 Philadelphia over the Minnesota Vikings. Double in the second half underway at Soldier Field. Chicago Bears with a 13-point lead here. And we'll check in just a moment.
Mahomes steps up and launches open. It is caught on his back. Tyquan Thornton. 40 yards.
Well, you'll see Thornton right there in the slot. He's going to go up. Mahomes extends the play. And this really could have been a touchdown if he keeps his feet, if the ball's a little more out in front of him. But it's a really, basically a play that's...
It was run to the left, and they're trying to get him to move and take a step. He recognizes it right away, sees Rashid Shaheed coming back the other way, and makes a good play.
Rattler changing it up on 3rd and 4. As time, floating for the end zone for Olave, and he hangs on for a Saints touchdown. Second touchdown catch of the afternoon for Chris Olave, and the Saints are very much alive in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't...
And the New Orleans Saints make it a one-possession game in Chicago. Still kind of early in the third quarter there. Carolina is inside of the 20-yard line.
Dowdle cuts back, grabbed and hauled the defender with him down to around the 10-yard line. It was Briggs who got to him.
And Kansas City continues to move, approaching the red zone. So we'll go back and forth here. Chiefs-Panthers.
Well, if you're the Jets defense, you know, the last time they kept fighting them off until the Bryce Young touchdown toss till they get only touchdown of this game. But if they can hold Carolina to a field goal, gives them hope, which is what Jet fans want if the offense can respond. But one thing at a time. Young in the pocket somewhere. Oh, and he was open, but couldn't probably.
The only one who's really gone.
Quick pass. Complete to Kelce. Short gain to the 20. Mahomes has had
goal try. I'm trying to get the out to Sanders, but I think that ball was tipped as you see him looking over here.
Little
game rewind before the next live snaps. They had a 4th and 1, did Carolina. Bryce Young faked like he was going to run it and then flipped it out to Rico Dowdle for the conversion. Nifty design there, and that got him into field goal range that they will settle for the attempt right here.
And nails that one. He also had a 55-yard.
Yeah, my 45 on, my 45 on. Kelsey's one-on-one on the left if you want him.
And incomplete in the area.
Back in Tennessee, tough sledding now for a rookie-led offense with an interim head coach and an offensive line that struggled all year. It's a quarterback sack. Milton Williams, excellent defensive lineman for the New England Patriots, comes through to sack Cam Ward. Cam Ward, the most sacked quarterback in 2025. That's his 27th quarterback sack suffered so far this year.
Can't call that a stop then?
Guess you got to give him a stop.
It's a better stop than the other non-stops.
Kick is good from 38.
Is that the camera angle, or did that goalpost look crooked to you? Well, it must have been the camera angle. 3rd and 8 for the Browns. And nope, that one was catchable. Blake Whiteheart could not come up with it. The Browns will be forced to punt back to Miami. We go back to Minnesota. Home team down a couple of touchdowns.
Thrown pass in the league is the worst rule in football. You throw a ball short or underneath, you're pretty much going to guarantee a PI.
Xavier Scott, wow, Nakobe Dean comes flying in just his 2nd game of the season. He gets a tackle.
Our producer Todd Mossberg said, hey, we'll look at it one more time. I mean, it's probably an optical illusion with the angle of the goalpost, but I don't know. We watch everything for you here. But by the way, they actually, just so you know, they have crews that come out and will measure the left upright and the right upright, how many inches they are off of the ground to make sure that the crossbar is correct and everything is calibrated before every NFL game. Just thought it was an optical illusion. Thought we'd give you one more look at it.
Campbell now, he's lined up off the ball in a more traditional 4-down nickel defense.
That means DeJean is the slot corner. There's Hawkinson over the middle. So they get a chunk play to set up a much more makeable 3rd down and 4.
Powerful performance, seamless technology, and refined luxury. Some things are just too important to miss out on. The GLE and GLE Coupe from Mercedes-Benz.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, on the plus side of the field, these field goals are just not going to cut it. Use this play in the event you need 4th down.
Wentz fires to Naylor and incomplete. Oh, they did complete the pass. Beg your pardon. I thought that.
Back at Soldier Field, it was a 1st and 10 snap for Caleb Williams. They're going to let him throw for it here on the bootleg. Accurate pass to DJ Moore. Move it down the field. That's an 11-yard gain. Caleb Williams now over 100 yards passing. He does have an INT.
They get the 11 yards, and now it's Hawkinson over the middle in front of Bond. There's the 1st down again. That's probably one of the better 2-play pass sequences we've seen from Carson Wentz today.
And back to Chicago again for an update. After the DJ Moore catch, Caleb Williams rifling another one in there. That's Luther Burden Jr. on the catch. Or is it Burden the third? I actually forget. But Luther Burden, either way, the young wide receiver making the catch for a 22-yard pickup. Luther Burden the third, by the way, for the record. No one in the red zone at the moment. We'll pick out our best landing spot. Yeah, well, the Bears are moving it here, getting towards field goal range. And that was DeAndre Swift. This was just actually a moment ago, so the update on a 17-yard. They've had, what, 3 chunk plays we've shown you back to back to back. Some teams just demand, Scott, we want to be on red zone. Well, here you go, getting close to the 20. And just as we try and hype them up, you get, well, too many men on the field for the New Orleans defense. Ouch. That's another first down coming up for the Chicago Bears. We'll get you back for the next Bears snap. They'll be inside of the red zone there. You see Tyrod Taylor is in for Justin Fields. Apparently, Fields has been benched.
First down across midfield. He got it out quickly to Mason Taylor.
And then you got 4 in the secondary, 12.
First down and 5, and more laundry on the field.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start. On the offense, number 79, that's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Second time today, Theo Benedette has flinched early. Told you earlier, Ben Johnson said he didn't notice him last week. That was the best he could say about him. He's seen him a couple of times today.
Yes, and not in a good way.
First and 10 after all that. Back to the 22. Loveland, the motion man, the handoff to Swift. Little stutter step and a bounce to the outside. Cuts back inside the 10 and is down near the 7. Granderson with the tackle. 15-yard run for Swift. First and goal Bears.
And back to Jersey for a Tyrod Taylor snap.
Taylor to Taylor could be a thing, a 13-yard pickup. Tyrod Taylor with all kinds of time. On the run, completes. Nice move, Breece Hall to be available and stay in bounds.
While we've seen a little bit more shift.
Let's go double box right now because the Minnesota Vikings have just powered their way inside of the red zone. TJ Hawkinson taking a hit, but not until he got to the 19-yard line. Bears, Vikings back and forth.
Toss play Swift. Wants the edge, reversing his field down at the 5. What an answer brewing for Chicago after that quick strike from the Saints to end the first half and start the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, it is getting a little bit close, and you're going to be able to control it on this drive. How do you want to do it? And I think that big throw, the big in route that Caleb Williams got on that second play to kind of really jumpstart this, and then you just go back and lean on that run game again.
Second and goal. Swift again, up the middle, and tumbles down near the 3. Jonathan
Hey, real quick update about the late window kicking off in the 4 o'clock Eastern hour. Good news for the Green Bay Packers. You have Josh Jacobs active, and he will play today. Jacobs was a game-time decision with a calf and an illness, but Jacobs good to go. He will play for the Packers. Kyler Murray, as expected, not playing today for the Cardinals. He is inactive. Jacoby Brissett will start at quarterback again for Arizona.
He uses a lot of them down here in the tight red zone.
Couple of tight ends, 2 receivers, and Swift the single back. Third and goal. It's Swift trying to go back to the left. He will not get in. Down at the 2, Brian Brzee with the
by the way, we're staying here at Soldier Field. We told you Minnesota was in the red zone, but there were a couple of Eagles defenders that were shaken up at the end of the last Minnesota play, so that game's in a TV timeout. You're not missing anything in Minnesota. We'll get you there as soon as they come out of break.
We talked about the drive for the Saints to start this half and how important it is. Here's another critical snap, one of those 3 to 5 plays that you have to win if you want to win the game.
2 for 6 on 4th down this year. 4th and goal for the Bears. Williams drops the snap, and that'll end the drive, but a flag is down. And a false start is going to save Chicago.
False start, double clutch by the center. That's a 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
And that false start may buy Chicago 3 points. Without the false start, this drive is over.
Now let's remember the first half, too. That was a double clutch on the snap, but it was in the tight red zone in the first half.
All right, so 4th down would have been a disaster and a turnover on downs. Now is 4th and goal from the 6-yard line. Do they keep the offense on the field? We're out of the commercial break at US Bank Stadium. They will line up the Jake Moody field goal for the Bears, trying to make it a 2-possession lead. Minnesota, 1st and 10 in the red zone.
24-yard try. Goes Minnesota for a 4th time today, looking for their first touchdown. And here is Xavier Scott. Thanks to their own penalty, able to get 3.
Imagine back in MetLife Stadium, Tyrod Taylor on 3rd and 2. Panthers brought some pressure from the outside, and they get home. A couple of tacklers take him down for the quarterback sack. Jets only 3 points on the board.
Penalties going backwards. This feels like a critical moment in the game here in the second half.
So Wentz steps up and delivers to the sideline to Jordan Addison, and a first down in front of Reed Blankenship. They'll mark him out near the 5.
Vikings trying to press and get themselves a touchdown to get back in that game. Any type of a score would make it a one-possession game, quite frankly. Inside goes Ollie Gordon on a 4th and 1. He gets 2 yards. Miami Dolphins getting a little desperate as the clock is their enemy with about 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They're down 24-6.
That was the route, basically, that got the game-winning touchdown against Cleveland to Jordan Addison, right on that similar area of the field.
Exactly right, over in London.
Out of the gun. It is Scott with the hop and the drive, and he got hit near the line by Makuba.
Yeah, I think we've had a quarterback change in Kansas City. They apparently feel they've got this one in the bank with the end of the third quarter here, 31-0. Patrick Mahomes is done for the day. Gardner Minshew, Mahomes' final line. How about 26 of 35, 286 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 28 rush yards. He is absolutely back in the conversation when you'd want to talk about towards mid-season MVP. Mahomes and the Chiefs rolling the Raiders.
Wildcat snap. It is Mason to the left. Can he win the race there? He looked to be short. Zach Bond running laterally with the ball.
And back in the Tennessee and New England game, 3rd and 5 for Cam Ward. Tries to check the protection, and New England bringing some heat, and New England slamming the door. That's a quarterback sack. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Yet another one for the New England defense, and that will give the ball back over to the Patriots. Here we go, 3rd and goal from the 1-foot line. What does Minnesota dial up here?
He broke the plane for the touchdown.
We got a lot to unpack here, Adam. First off, it starts with the play call. Think back to that game the other night. They think Goff has himself a touchdown, but he doesn't come set. This time Wentz does. Now take a look. Extends. He's not on the ground. He does cross the plane.
Wow.
Now, this is like the coach in me. You never extend the ball unless it is 4th down or the game-winning play. He gets away with it. Come here to the sideline, you get a lot of high fives and attaboys. You just got to make sure if you do it, you hold on to the ball. That was really well done.
A crucial drive and conversion. Wentz motions out, and you said it, you have to be set.
Yeah, so the key is if you start anywhere around the center, it has nothing to do with putting your hands under. You are declared an under center quarterback. He has to come set for a count, and then they think it looks like they're going to throw him the ball, right? Every team in the league after that Detroit game has practiced. Don't let them throw the ball on a smoke screen to the quarterback. Well, you fake the smoke screen and you go Wildcat sweep.
Yeah, that was the old, that was a Detroit Lions nod there, and upon further review, it was a touchdown. We have a one-possession game there in Minneapolis. You've got Tua Tagovailoa getting into his man. I didn't see who it was, but it was 4th and 8. Malik Washington is the receiver, and double bad news. A, he didn't get the first down. B, he looked like he got injured on that play. Meanwhile, Bryce Young working with a 10-point lead. Want to be careful with the football. Xavier Legette makes the catch. They're going to call that a catch, and then a penalty marker comes in. The penalty marker was against the Jets. Defensive holding, and it was declined because they said Legette got the 12-yard completion.
Awesome play, Kamara on 2nd and 3. Turns upfield, has the first down. Alvin Kamara had that ball pop out at the end. It was down on the turf, though. He was down, and it's a first down to the 40-yard line. Chris Williams with the tackle.
Yeah, a really nice job, again, by this Bears defense, getting up there and forcing Alvin Kamara back inside. And see that ball come loose at the end of that play.
And
And now 12,000 career yards from scrimmage for Alvin Kamara with that carry. 71st player all time to get to that number. Rattler gets away from Sweat. Direct in traffic. Wants to throw downfield. He's got Shaheed out there, and instead it's intercepted by Kevin Byard. His 4th pick of the year. Spencer Rattler saw Rashid Shaheed running free, but he missed him. Byard there to secure it.
And Spencer Rattler only had 1 interception thrown on the season coming into today. He's got 2 today. And the Jets get a quarterback sack. Bryce Young goes down. Joan Briggs gets the quarterback sack on that play. We'll keep you posted from that game. This one here is in play. Philadelphia 21, Minnesota 16, 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Nice to see him up on his feet. Of course, they take hit injuries in today's world very seriously, as they should.
What a move by Barkley, and one of his best runs of the day, but a flag comes flying in. Indication is a holding penalty.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty.
In Nashville, the New England offense continues to hum, and that's because Drake May has 1 incompletion in this game. 1. This completion goes to Stephon Diggs, 11 yards. Drake May is 18 of 19. 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 52 rushing yards. New England 31, Tennessee 13.
And then burst through an open rushing lane, and just seems when they get it going, this run game, they end up having something to hold them back.
Longest run of the day is still 11 yards for Philadelphia. That's Tank Bigsby who had that run. He's in the game now. Hurts out to Bigsby. In space. Good rally by Minnesota. It'll be 3rd down and long. Isaiah Rodgers was out there along with Dallas Turner.
You can just feel the energy in the building just pick up following that Mason touchdown. Now they've got a 3rd and a mile, and everybody in this stadium right now is on their feet.
And how about a 3rd and short for Cleveland? Running ahead, Quinshawn Judkins. Looks like he got it to me. Believe the marker. Yeah, they will. Fresh set of downs for the Browns of 24-6.
Less than 100 seconds for the 3rd. Here's Hurts stepping up. Flag is thrown far side. Hurts throws near side for Devontae Smith. It will be good for a 1st down pending the flag.
Yeah, they're going to get Blake Cashman for illegal contact. He knocked down A.J. Brown. They'll decline that penalty and take the reception.
Defense from 51. Penalty decline. Result of the play. 1st down.
Yeah, it's a fine line between disrupting the routes and just two-hand shoving it. Remember, you can't contact past 5 yards in the NFL. Nice job here by Jalen Hurts keeping the play alive. Devontae Smith coming back to his quarterback, and take a look here. Cashman just past 5 yards, just knocks him to the ground. Pretty easy call.
Ends up being a 28-yard pass play. That is the first time that Philadelphia has converted a 3rd down today. That gets him into plus territory. 75 seconds for the 3rd, up by 5. Deep drop, looking for something downfield. Hurts for Smith, and he holds on despite the Smith hit. There is a flag thrown as well.
I'm interested to take a look at this.
Are they saying that maybe Smith was defenseless?
I don't know. I'm curious where the contact was. Jalen Hurts hangs in there, takes a big hit.
There's no foul for unnecessary roughness. They're really on the field. It's a completed catch. 1st down.
And so a receiver who hasn't had time to quote-unquote become a runner is defenseless, but that also indicates that there needs to be forcible contact from Harrison Smith. That did not seem to be forcible, so it's a good pickup of the flag.
Yeah, I think they did a nice job figuring that out. But take a look here at the middle at Metellus. He's underneath this crossing route, but because they're able to get Dallas Goedert, watch it. See how he comes up to guard Goedert? Again, just zone defenders. Always force the ball underneath. Never come guard a 4-yard route and let him throw it 20 yards behind your head.
Two back set here for Philadelphia, Shipley and Barkley. They move Barkley. Hurts underneath. Goedert. Grab by Metellus. Forward progress stopped inside the 25-yard line.
40 seconds remaining before we hit the fourth quarter there in Minnesota. And that is our pressure point, ladies and gentlemen. As we look big picture, 6 games going on around the National Football League, 2 of them already into the fourth quarter. The only one possession game that we have is Eagles 21, Vikings 16. All the rest are multiple possession games, but let's call it, because you know what happens in the next 60 minutes. It's the witching hour when wins become losses and losses become wins. We'll be looking for some drama, but we know we've got some here in Minnesota.
Barkley trying to find an alley, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. In a one-score game as we head to the fourth.
Bookmark that game. We'll bring you right back there when they come out of their TV timeout. Tyrod Taylor in for the ostensibly benched Justin Fields. And Tyrod throws it out to the right side. What are they going to call here? That looked a little simultaneous as the receiver. They're going to say he did not get the first down, but that it was a completion. This play is under review, I'm being told. Jets are down by 10, looking for points. Let's listen in to Mike Pereira, one of the best in the business.
At that point, and if we looked at the live shot especially, you could see that, you know, to us he had broken the plane and made it first down.
So they will take a closer look. And maybe will we get one of those virtual spots, Mike? I don't know. I like when they do that and they show it to us with all those cameras that they have out there.
After review, the runner controlled the catch beyond the line to gain. It's a first down, New York Jets.
Don't mess with Mike.
Yeah, don't mess with Mike. Hey, Mike 1, Stink 0.
That's all right.
That's all right, Mike.
And 2 for 2 is Aaron Glenn, but can he challenge his team to a victory? And Bryce Young, with some medical assistance there, headed and looks like a little bit of a limp as he goes to the locker room. Andy Dalton, the backup for Dave Canales and the Panthers. So it was a big move on the challenge, and from the 31, a fresh set of downs for the Jets. Just under 2.5 to go in the third. Taylor, incomplete, nothing was there. He just got rid of that in the neighborhood of Mason Taylor. And there's a flag down on the other side of the field at the 33.
You're going to have an illegal man downfield. This is something that has plagued the league right now. All those passes that get extended or those screens, offensive linemen down there. And Dave Canales might decline the penalty.
Ineligible player downfield, offense number 71. That penalty is declined. Second down.
Yeah, where were you on that one, Mike Pereira? Nailed it.
Well,
we are out of the TV timeout at US Bank Stadium. The Philadelphia Eagles with a 5-point lead and the football just outside the red zone. 3rd and 5 from Minnesota's 23. The Eagles trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. The Minnesota Vikings trying to get their 4th win on the year. Drama in Minneapolis. Here we go, the final 15.
Talking about 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium being one of the coolest matchups of the game. The tendencies of Philadelphia's offense versus the tendencies of Brian Flores in this Vikings defense. And here we are starting the 4th quarter. Critical 3rd down, and that's exactly what we got.
Philadelphia will run it, and Barkley doesn't have anything there. He runs right into Jalen Redmond.
And on a 2nd and 10 for the New York Jets, Taylor out of the shotgun, drops back, fires, Mason Taylor, the tight end, 11-yard pickup for the rookie. Jets continue to move. We'll let you know if that gets to a one-possession game. Drake May running here and sliding. So May with 7 more yards rushing has 62 rushing yards, and Drake May is threatening the single game completion percentage record for the New England Patriots and maybe for the NFL. No good. It's wide right, and Minnesota's taken over the football, needing a touchdown in the fourth quarter to take the lead. Whoa.
The timing of the entire play was off. Minnesota was late substituting. They trotted a defensive lineman on late. I thought they were going to snap it. They were kind of late getting set up, and as you said, we just haven't seen Elliott miss kicks at all, and certainly not the sequence of events Nick Sirianni thought coming out of the break. Facing 3rd and 5, and they come away with 0.
And back at Soldier Field, the Bears with a 2-possession lead and the football. We've gone to the fourth quarter here in the game against the Saints. And time runs out on Caleb Williams. Can't see him there amidst the big offensive and defensive linemen. Chase Young, one of the players that was in there for the quarterback sack, and that would force a Bears punt. Dylan Gabriel and the Browns check it down underneath. Jerome Ford was down by contact at the spot of the tackle. Browns with the comfortable lead there. Drake May had an incompletion, so May right now is 18 of 20. No, we'll check those numbers in a second. 19 of 21. And on this incompletion, I think we're going to see a replay here. Yeah, May took a bit of a pop on this one. He jogs back seemingly without problem. But, yeah, a little blindside hit there and gets twisted down. Still, 19 of 21 is a 90.4% completion percentage. Tom Brady's greatest game as a Patriot, 88.5% completion percentage. So not comparing the two, but the raw numbers are the raw numbers. We'll keep you posted on Drake May and the Patriots. Carson Wentz now with a chance to move into Eagles territory. He puts it on Jordan Addison. Let's go and listen in on this play here as the Minnesota crowd is going to be on their feet. This is the one possession game we have. The trailing team with the football at home. Touchdown could give them the lead.
Another deep drop. Wentz pumps and throws. Out route that has been killing the Philly defense today, and it has been a staple this last month for Minnesota. 20 more yards to Addison on the deep out.
Yeah, he's comfortable. Watch this route. They called a shake 7, 4th outside, sell the post. Then that left foot just spins Quinyon Mitchell around. That is such a difficult route to defend one-on-one in space. It starts with protection. They max protect, and we've talked all game. Carson Wentz is very comfortable throwing the ball on outbreaking routes outside of the numbers.
Especially to Addison, who's only making his 3rd start today after the 3-game suspension to begin the year. Here is Mason. Nothing there that time, and Cooper DeJean comes flying in for a TFL.
Well, the Jets without a touchdown today. They will use any type of a score here before the fourth quarter to make it a one-possession game. Tyrod Taylor wants the end zone. Double coverage, and how about that? I think it's a one-handed interception by J.C. Horn. Little trickery there as Taylor was outside and then took the lateral to come back. Oh, this is a different play here. Okay, this was the play before that was taking a shot towards the end zone. Trust me, though, that interception did stand. J.C. Horn picks off Tyrod Taylor, and the Panthers have the ball and the lead.
Underneath, down to the 10-yard line. Bond made the tackle on Jefferson. That's the 5th catch for Jones.
Yeah, I got a little turned around there because Tyrod took back-to-back shots to the end zone. That is the one-handed replay interception that we wanted to show you. J.C. Horn pulling it in. And we don't have any word on Bryce Young, though, other than he is in the locker room the last time we checked. Andy Dalton is in and quarterbacking the Carolina Panthers. That game has just gone to the end of the 3rd quarter. Panthers 13, Jets 3.
On the same side of the field.
Wentz looks in that direction. He ends up taking the sack, and it's Moro Ojomo.
third sack of the season for the third-year man out of Texas, and it comes at a big moment for Philadelphia's defense.
Yeah, and this is something all season long. Man coverage. It's an easy indicator. All three corners over your three receivers. It's a man look. And Carson Wentz has been so good the whole season and today against zone. Man coverage has been their sticking point in this passing game, and just holds on to the ball a little too long, and Ajomo comes away with a big sack.
So Reichard again from 35, his fourth make of the day. Just one touchdown in 5 red zone trips, and the Philadelphia pass rush, which has been anemic this year.
But Justin Jefferson, the star receiver for Minnesota, climbing up the leaderboards in terms of the start to his career. Most receptions in the first 6 seasons, 529, just past the great DeAndre Hopkins. Jarvis Landry, name we haven't said in a little while, with a terrific first 6-season start for him. Keep you posted on that one. Justin Jefferson approaching a milestone in career yardage as well. How about an update on the Miami Dolphins? They, well, it's just nothing's gone right for the Dolphins in this game. Not much for the season either, and the Browns will gladly feast on that Dolphins offense as they are in desperation mode at the 11-minute mark of the fourth quarter, down a few scores. Back in Chicago, Saints are trailing with the football. They're down by 9 here in the fourth quarter. And, okay, back to the Dolphins while the injury is taken care of there in Chicago. Tua Tagovailoa from his end zone. Oh, boy. Interception, and that's an instant red zone, instant first and goal. I couldn't see who the player was exactly. May have been Rayshon Jenkins. Is this number 5? Yeah, I think they're spotlighting him right here. If it's number 5, it's Rayshon Jenkins. And Tua just, well, there it is.
In the end zone, panics, and just throws it right to the Cleveland Browns defense. Again, we talked about Jim Schwartz and not being a big blitzer, but boy, every time he has brought pressure, he's made it count and killed the Dolphins offense.
Rayshon Jenkins, wildcat formation here with Judkins. Jenkins' first pick with Cleveland. Judkins bangs it in. Touchdown number 3 for the rookie. And the Cleveland Browns pouring it on here in the fourth. Tua helplessly looking on as we cross the 11-minute mark. And it gets uglier for the Dolphins.
And we'll double box in the Minnesota and Philadelphia game. I guess the broadcast is looking back at an earlier play. We've already had the field goal here. Let's listen to what they're showing.
On the middle receiver, he usually has him man, and then you just pass off whoever releases inside or outside. You play it like a triangle type of a defense, and great awareness on the short motion. Cooper DeJean makes a check. He takes the in-breaking route off the bunch, and there's just nowhere to go with the ball.
If you hear Greg ever say switch release, those are the kind of concepts that we're talking about that confuse defenses. That was well played by DeJean. Return by Gibson near the 30-yard line. So we told you the NFC North's really good, right? Vikings.
Not a good update for the New York Jets fans. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they're down another defensive star. Sauce Gardner has gone into the locker room at MetLife Stadium. No word on him or what the nature of the injury is. When we hear it, we'll let you know. Andy Dalton in for the injured Bryce Young. And Dalton putting it on Xavier Legette, who's a little shaken up at the end of this one. For Bryce Young, we're hearing it might be an ankle injury. Ankle injury for Bryce Young. Not sure if he's going to be able to come back, but his Panthers have a 10-point lead. Cam Ward, well, it's all a learning curve in your rookie year here. Tyjae Spears, this was 4th down, didn't get it. Turnover on downs. Patriots look like they're on their way to a win.
Jonathan Grenard, that might be the first time we have said his name today. He ends up making a big-time stop for a loss of 4 on Saquon Barkley.
All right, so this is what we're talking about, though, of this Flores defense. Look how many guys are up near the line of scrimmage. Only 2 deep safeties. They've got 8 bodies within 2 yards of the line, and That's kind of the hallmark of what this defense wants to be pre-snap, and then from there, everything works backwards.
Yeah, other defenses, that's what you see on third down. Correct. With Brian Flores, that's what you see on first down and second. So now they bring the extra bodies. Hurts, I don't think he saw that pressure. Somehow he got away from it. Throws off the back foot, incomplete. Wild play with Grenard bringing the pressure again.
It'll be 3rd and long up for the Eagles. Watch this play for the New Orleans Saints. It's 3rd and 20. And you've got Spencer Rattler calling for the shotgun snap. He'll throw it underneath. Taysom Hill, he'll throw it sideways, and Alvin Kamara hits the turbo boost. They thought maybe for a second that was 2 forward passes. Watch Taysom Hill releasing it at about the 32. Yeah, that's close, but they pick up the 3rd and 20, and we've just gotten a coach's challenge flag. Yep. Ben Johnson says that he thinks that was a forward pass, so they're going to look at that. We'll let you know if it stands.
Turner being chased by Turner. Throws on the move. It is A.J. Brown. And will they mark him right at the sticks? They will. It's a first down.
I'll tell you what, this is as good as we've seen Jalen Hurts play and manipulate the pocket. He's been under a tremendous amount of pressure all game against this Vikings defense. Nice job there by A.J. Brown coming back, keeping his feet in bounds, and that's a big-time conversion.
Now back to the ground, and good run from Barkley to take it to the 48.
Yeah, so the way you kind of evaluate a quarterback under pressure is you kind of put it in like a hierarchy of priorities, right? Number 1, don't turn the ball over. He's been very good at that. Number 2, don't take sacks. Now, Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, some of these quarterbacks that tend to hold the ball a long time, their pressure rates are always going to be a little inflated as a result. And then the third thing is create plays downfield. We just saw all 3 of those on that last 3rd down conversion.
Barkley saw the pressure, spun away, and was able to surge ahead for the first down. Tyler Batty, again, coming off a knee injury, NFL debut today.
We're basically fixing our eyes on that Vikings-Eagles game because that's the only close one so far. But Carolina trying to work the clock. How about a 4th and 1? And they just say, let's just man up and go straight up the middle. Rico Dowdle, 4 yards for, Saquon. Let's listen.
Very gingerly.
Clearly frustrated. Just a remarkable move in the backfield. I mean, this is kind of his signature jump cut spin. Let's take a look here at the end of the play.
Barkley is going off to the far side of the field. I don't know if he got rolled up under or something.
Hard to tell, but it goes back to what we talked about. Being contacted in the backfield on over half of his runs. Only Ashton Genty has been tackled for a loss or a no gain at a higher clip. So,
okay. It was caught beyond the 32. That's an illegal forward pass. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Illegal forward pass. We thought in the here in the control room and in the NFL Redzone studios that Taysom Hill looked like he released it. Kamara caught it just slightly forward. That was a double pass beyond the line of scrimmage, illegal, and so a nifty what would have been a 3rd and 20 conversion moves New Orleans back to 4th and 20.
Hurts looks, throws, open man, Devontae Smith. Nobody was near him when he caught it. And he's down inside the 30. He's got a new career high in receiving.
And again, it just starts with Jalen Hurts having a ton of time. Just a simple big dig. There's nobody defending the middle of the field. I actually think Philly got away.
All right, and last time we checked in on the Dolphins offense, Tua Tagovailoa threw a bad interception from the end zone. On this play, Tua Tagovailoa throws another interception. The Cleveland Browns defense is hunting, and Tua and the Dolphins are complying. I mean, that's just forcing a pass. I realize they're down 31-6, but that's the 3rd interception thrown by Tua. Back-to-back drives with a Tua interception.
Throws down the seam. A.J. Brown, touchdown! His 2nd of the day.
This is the best passing performance we've seen from Jalen Hurts in a really long time. He's on time, he's manipulating the pocket as a scrambler, all while keeping his eyes downfield, a simple double post. Devontae Smith holds the safety, A.J. Brown's the outside post, and look, he just gives him a simple little, sends the motion, clearly knows where he's going to go with that ball versus single high, and this is as good as we've seen Jalen Hurts play.
Minnesota had not given up 200 passing yards all season long. They hadn't given up deep ball touchdowns all season long. Jalen Hurts hadn't put together a passing performance like this all season long. Today, as many touchdowns.
Well, A.J. Brown had the first touchdown for the Eagles. He has the latest touchdown for the Eagles, and Philadelphia is back to a 2-possession lead. Andy Dalton goes down with a quarterback sack. Jamie and Sherwood. The Jets defense is doing their part. They're keeping the Jets hanging in that game. It's still been a 10-point difference for most of the second half. But with Philadelphia scoring, by the way, we now have no one-possession games. Everything has the team in the lead up multiple scores, including here in Chicago, where the Bears have a 9-point lead and the football at about the 10-minute mark of the fourth.
Play action for Williams. Pressure coming. He's in trouble. Davis around the ankles, but he gets rid of it to Swift. And Swift on the edge, going to work. A first down and more inside New Orleans' 30-yard line.
Well, just a great individual effort by keeping this alive by Caleb Williams, and then the ability to get the ball to DeAndre Swift right there with Demario Davis wrapped up around your legs, and you've got DeAndre Swift against Pete Werner out in space, and DeAndre Swift is going to win that battle every time.
Caleb right at the end. He took a little bit of a crunch. And he's fine. His offense on the move again. Williams short to the tight end Loveland. And Loveland met and driven out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Allison Williams.
Well, the Raiders, they've seen enough Geno Smith for the day. Backup quarterback in. It's Kenny Pickett quarterbacking Las Vegas. They'll throw it outside, but the Chiefs' defense is hunting. It's just a matter of whether or not the Chiefs get the shutout today. And you know that defensive unit, proud defensive unit, Steve Spagnuolo and company, they want the shutout there at Arrowhead. Cam Ward off the hands of his intended target and into the hands of Marcus Jones. The defense for the New England Patriots has put on a performance here today. Granted, Tennessee does have 13 points on the board, but New England, we'll check the numbers for you and get you. They've had quarterback sacks, they've had turnovers forced, including that Marcus Jones interception of Cam Ward.
Well, now it's getting scary because they're just running the same plays over and over again, and New Orleans is unable to stop it. And it's just the execution. And again, it's the ability to get to that second level. It's been impressive to watch. And just think where this could have been. That challenge by Ben Johnson on that completion to begin with, on that 3rd and 20, forces the Saints to punt, and now they've taken this drive and got it all the way down inside the 15.
The first down and 10, and it's Swift. Jump cut to the left, not much there, maybe a yard before Nathan Shepard.
So how bad of a blowout is it for Kansas City? Not only is Patrick Mahomes just sitting comfortably on the sideline, they're in victory formation with 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining, and the Raiders have all 3 timeouts. And guess what? The Raiders aren't calling their timeouts. Like Pete Carroll's like, we're good here, we're done. They're going to let the clock wind down to the 2-minute warning, and Kansas City is just going to take a couple of knees on the other side. Vegas is, obviously they're not going to come back from 31-0, but not even using their timeouts. That is the definition of an NFL blowout. Chicago looking for breathing room.
Hit Kool-Aid McKinstry in the back. He wanted DJ Moore. Just caromed away. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's just a simple, skinny post down here inside the 15, pressing up, and now you're breaking inside, but never really gets his head around, to look for that ball.
critical if you want to find a way to come back in a multi-score game here with under 6 minutes to go.
Jordan Addison with a 100-yard receiving game today. He's been Wentz's favorite target so far in this last month, and sure enough, on cue, he steps out near midfield. It's a first down in front of Keely Ringo, who's probably going to get the corner slot the rest of the way, or corner spot the rest of the way, with Adoree Jackson out.
Just seems like they can throw that route whenever they want. It's all going to be, can they hold up the pressure? Even on that one, as he releases the ball, Carson Wentz is getting knocked to the ground.
It's been a story all day long. Wentz steps up, takes a shot, and it's incomplete for Jefferson.
Giving up a touchdown, and we've seen other plays that have cost them that 4 points, settling for field goals instead of touchdowns.
Swift weaving through traffic. And he'll get back inside the 15-yard.
And the Bears are going to settle for a field goal attempt to extend their lead. Did you see this? Caleb's pass trying to thread the needle. Kool-Aid McKistry gets it right in the side of the helmet. Watch this. McKistry, funk right there, hits his face mask. That's one way to get a pass breakup. That was 2 plays ago. Bears just safely ran their play with Swift, and we'll see the Chicago field goal attempt in a few seconds.
Nicely.
Completing almost 70% of his passes. League average is like 64, 65. Wentz steps up under pressure, was able to get rid of the football. They're going to rule it incomplete.
Snap pulled down. Moody's kick is good. And Jake Moody filling in very nicely for Cairo Santos.
Does it feel like you're already in 4-down territory at this point?
Yeah.
Because the possessions are winding down now.
Yeah, this is strictly a possessions type of equation. And again, mixed in those possessions, you got to find a way to get a stop. So there is a lot of time. They can stop the clock 4 more times, 2-minute timeout. And of course, there are 3 timeouts remaining. All right, so again, here we got corners over. Last time they did it was man coverage. You'll see they got no corners here on the backside. Zach Bond.
Wentz stepping up, maneuvers around a defender and picks up a first down with his legs. That same brute running style that we have seen for so long from Carson Wentz. He picks up 16 yards on 3rd and long. Moro Ojomo is down for Philadelphia after all that.
Yeah, so again, pre-snap it was man coverage with 2 high safeties. The only problem is there are no off-ball defenders. So if your rush doesn't contain the quarterback, there is nobody at the second level with their eyes on the quarterback because they're all playing man coverage.
16-yard scramble is the longest for Wentz this year. It looked like Ojomo and Ringo collided. So while we have a moment,
the Dolphins have made a change at quarterback. It's Quinn Ewers in for Miami, and he almost throws an interception. I mean, this is the time NFL defenses live for these moments where the opposing offense is just wounded and you can pin your ears back and go for quarterback sacks, try and force turnovers. Ewers, trouble with that snap right there. Backup quarterbacks we've seen today. So you got Quinn Ewers in, Joshua Dobbs has come in, Kenny Pickett's been in, Gardner Minshew, Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor, and the New England Patriots going straight ahead with, I think Dobbs is back in the game right now. So, by the way, we can make it official that Drake May finishes 21 of 23, 91% completion percentage for Drake May. That is a new franchise record for the New England Patriots. Tom Brady's best ever, 88.5% completion percentage. So Drake May with an amazing game today and an amazing second season going on for May. Andy Reid, Pete Carroll, first time tangling in that AFC West matchup with Carroll in his first year as Raiders head coach. Shutout victory. Kansas City is back. Not that we thought that they had gone away, but they've won 4 of 5 right now after starting 0-2. They are 4-3 on the season.
That's important for Minnesota. Down 2 scores. Here comes a blitz from Philadelphia. Wentz, back foot, launches for Jefferson. Not there. He and Makuba were jockeying for position. It'll be second down.
And again, that all comes down to he can't step into any of these throws. Even though they're not necessarily sacking him or getting to him, they're at his feet. As he's throwing the ball, he's trying to get his legs out of the way. I mean, take a look at the pocket here and what's going on at the feet of Carson Wentz. Ham does a nice job picking up the blitz, but take a look, there's guys everywhere. He's falling backwards. He's trying to protect himself. Because if he gets that ball out there further, Justin Jefferson's got a chance to track it down.
You're in field goal range. A field goal is still a possibility here. That's a bobble and incompletion with Hawkinson. Clock stops at 4:27. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
All right, we just have a couple plays to show you from the Jets. This one has a chance to get close again. Tyrod Taylor on 3rd and 3, nothing there. He had to throw it away to avoid the sack. So that brings up 4th down. Nick Folk, who's been excellent kicking field goals so far this year, is good again. We have a one-possession game. It's 13-6, and the Jets kicking back off to the Panthers with 6.5 minutes remaining in that contest.
Been rock solid today, and 3 points in general are necessary right now. Wentz still can't step up into a throw. He's going to take off again, and he's going to pick up another 1st down with his legs.
Yeah, or just do that.
Wentz against his old team, scrambling for 1st downs. Any type of a score here makes it a 1-score game. Meanwhile, in Chicago, 4th and 1, this could slam the door here for the Bears defense.
Rattler under center, 4th down and 1. On the roll, Rattler throws, it's deflected and intercepted by Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds with the pick, and Rattler with his 3rd interception thrown today. The Bears
both on 3rd down. Now he steps into a throw into coverage, and it's incomplete. Quinyon Mitchell covering.
Well, I tell you, this is a great job by this Bears defense because they've got everything covered. You're going to take a flat route here. You're bringing a wide receiver down the field this way. That's covered. And then you're trying to find your tight end coming back into the middle of the field. Jack Stoll right there. There's 4 defenders. So a great job by the Bears. They had everything covered. There was nowhere for Spencer Rattler.
To him a few times. Mix up the looks of how you defend the best player on the field.
On 2nd down, Wentz, there's that out route after Addison motioned to that side of the field, and out of bounds in front of Ringo, picks up 8. I'm going to say he was tackled inbounds. And look at Wentz. We've been saying this all day. I mean, he has taken a pounding from Philadelphia's defense and clearly starting to take its toll, kind of rubbing that shoulder area. But he has passed 300 yards today through the air.
He's only been sacked 1 time today, but just feels like he's been hit a million.
3rd down and 2. Wentz throws on the move, got Hawkinson! Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson lunging out to secure a crucial score with 3 to play.
3 critical plays on this drive, powered by Carson Wentz's ability to use his legs. Let's take a look here. Full extension. Does he hang on through the ground? Let's see. Hands under the ball. That angle, it doesn't look like it ever touches the turf. They'll take a look at this one upstairs for sure.
Every scoring plays reviewed. They'll take a look to see. Again, it can touch the ground, but the question is, does Hawkinson clearly possess the ball all the way through? It can touch the ground, but if it moves after the hit, then it's a question.
Yeah, they are reviewing the T.J. Hawkinson ruling on the field is a touchdown. We'll double box in Carolina on a 2-game winning streak and the winless New York Jets, the only winless team remaining in the NFL. This is a 1-possession game, still 6 minutes and change to go. Carolina would love a long drive with a few 1st downs here to put this thing away.
Right here. No one that they've got to defend the run. They do a great job. There, that guy is again.
Then the tip of the ball rolls over and touches the ground. Then the ball comes loose after that. You won't get a great look at it here, because here you'll actually see it looks like the hands are underneath it, but the problem is right there, then the hands do come off of it. And so from our viewpoint here, we think this is probably an incomplete pass.
Well, thanks for that breakdown, Mike.
This is the shot you want to take a look at. Watch here, by the way. Okay, the ball's, we know the ball, the tip of the ball is going to touch the ground there. Now watch the hands come off the ball as we continue on. Watch them come off the ball here.
You know, now, Mike, I agree. It definitely comes out. Does it matter if the ball comes out of his hand after the ball has come back off the ground? Like, is there any conversation about that?
He has to maintain control after he hits the ground. We used to call it survive the ground.
Right. Okay, yeah,
so
I mean,
as long as he keeps...
The receiver lost possession when he hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, good call there by Mike.
Yeah, he's just got to hold on to that ball after he hits the ground, and the hands, it's not, he lost, but hands came off the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just a great job by our cameraman, because there it does look like his hand's under it. Point hits the ball, and you can see clearly loses possession, and I mean, that is about as close as it gets. Interesting decision here now. It's a 9-point game, touchdown and a field goal, and they've got 4th and 2, and as of right now, the offense of Minnesota stays on the field.
You have to convert this.
The defense will have to make the play right here. Pressure is picked up as Dalton rolls and throws, looking for McMillan, and
unless he's trying to draw him off sides. They're going to run it. 2 yards for the game, and they're going to get it to Addison, and he's out of bounds inside of 3 minutes. Oh, a roll of the dice for those crucial 2 yards. They convert, and they're still going.
Yeah, these man tendencies, that's just a clear man beater. They send the motion over there to get the man zone check. Everybody gets set, and they just run a simple rub route there, and Cooper DeJean just can't work through the traffic to the flat.
What did you say earlier? It feels like when Wentz needs a play, needs yardage, I'm going right back to that out route to Jordan Addison.
Very comfortable throwing the ball outside the numbers. He has been all game.
128 yards for Jordan Addison today. 1st and goal from the 10. It is Wentz. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's the 2nd sack of the day, and it's Josh Uche with his 1st as a Philadelphia Eagle.
That ball just needs to be thrown through the uprights. Just can't take the loss. The clock remains moving. Just, it's not there. Just throw it through the uprights, stop the clock, and play 2nd down.
Instead, it's 2nd and 18. They go right back to Hawkinson, back down near the 12. Clock continues to move. And say if they try to run this 3rd and goal play. Remember, it's 3rd and goal before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, you want to run as many plays on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. You want to keep your timeouts for your defense. So they've got to get this ball snapped here in the next 5 seconds.
Wentz looks, floats it, incomplete, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute.
On the move, Brown chasing him.
I imagine it would be a field goal try on the other side of the 2-minute warning.
Opportunities missed for touchdown throws, but the offense has moved much more efficiently with him. Couple of field goals, floating one, and reaching up, it's intercepted by Horn again. It looked like Josh Reynolds was going to catch that, but Horn got his hands on it first and wouldn't let go.
Now just watch J.C. Horn one-on-one on the edge. Watch his feel right here. As soon as he feels the receiver looking for the ball, he flips his hips and his head around and picks that ball off for number 2. Blitz pressure off the edge. He knows he's one-on-one, feels that pressure. What a play by J.C. Horn.
Those are 2 spectacular interceptions from J.C. Horn.
That one just reading the receiver, the body language of the receiver, Reynolds, when he goes for the ball, J.C. Horn flips that head around, locates it in the air, secures the...
Got an update from the Bears and Saints. Another couple first downs would put this one away for Chicago officially. They go off the right side, but Kyle Monangai not able to get the first down there. And so that score stays 26-3. Couple of things on the final scores that we've already seen so far. 31-0, Kansas City houses Las Vegas. That is the biggest shutout victory Chiefs-Raiders in their franchise's history. It's also the first shutout win in the regular season for Andy Reid in his Hall of Fame career. We found that interesting. Andy Reid had never had a regular season shutout, but he does here today, 31-0. The New England Patriots, 31-13 over the Tennessee Titans. New England has now won 4 in a row, and maybe as importantly as that, New England won all 3 of their back-to-back-to-back road games. New England was on the road 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago. Last week and 2 weeks ago, they swept those. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick never did that in their amazing New England Patriot careers. 3 straight road wins in 3 straight weeks for the Patriots. 4 straight wins overall for New England, who stays in first place in the AFC East. Well, we got 2 games remaining here that are still kind of in question. Minnesota's going to kick their field goal to try and make this a one-possession game. Then they'll go onside kick afterwards, assuming that this is good. They still will need a touchdown afterwards. And then the New York Jets, they need a little bit of help here to get the football back to Tyrod Taylor for one more try. And it wasn't right down the middle, but it does split the sticks. And it's a one-possession game, onside kick upcoming for the Minnesota Vikings.
And incomplete. Leggett was further downfield. Dalton was just trying to get rid of it. And not sure that was what they had in mind on a key 3rd down and 2.
I know. Well, you've just dominated the line of scrimmage. This guy has been a dominant player. Your offensive line has been great. You run the fake here, and you know you're getting pressure. You know the Jets are coming after you on every single play. Better off popping a run there, keeping that clock moving.
Isaiah Williams, another big defensive stop by the Jets. Will watch this sail. And, you know, now the official can watch, but they do have a chip of the ball to help them exactly mark that spot. Over
1 out of 6. I mean, that's like 16, 17% or whatever it is. So not a particularly good rate for somebody like Kevin O'Connell, who takes a lot of pride in cashing in. So now,
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I thought for sure they would go onside kick, but Minnesota has all 3 timeouts. This is a gamble here, because if Philadelphia gets 1 or 2 first downs, you're giving them the football back. This game will be over, but Minnesota thinks they can bow up on defense and get their offense one more possession. But a nice return over the 40-yard line, and almost just like that, the onside kick, non-choice backfires on you.
But you've got to stay deep on the defense.
Taylor is going to be sacked. You know, this Carolina defense, combination of Princely.
To return, Jomo, he has been evaluated now for a concussion.
Yeah, the type of physical game we've seen today. Pam, thanks for that update.
Yeah, worth noting, Fred Johnson, number 74, one of their offensive tackles. He is in the game as the jumbo tight end. Do they have the trust in this passing game? It's been so good. A little play action, or they just turn around and hand it to Saquon?
They will give it to Saquon. There is a stop by Metellus. Timeout's going to be used here by Kevin O'Connell, the first of his 3. So we'll check.
Hall of Famer. And had some outstanding numbers at LSU, and they need some big plays from somebody at the 2-minute warning. The Jets will have timeouts, but they need to get downfield fast. The Panthers defense coming up big, especially a couple of picks from Horn.
We're missing some key pieces. That's a big get today from Dallas in that bunched up NFC East. Philadelphia 4-2, Washington 3-3, Dallas 2-3-1. The Giants got the win last week. They're 2-4. I'm with you, Greg. I'm curious. Is this going to be a throw at any point on this drive to essentially put the game away?
Yeah, Both teams kind of checking in and out of formations. Minnesota checked into a different blitz scheme.
They blitz, looking for Brown, and it's incomplete. Oh, Eric Wilson on that blitz, that huge Minnesota pressure. They got to Hurts, and Brown could not hold on. Clock is stopped at 1:45.
Eric Wilson, he's been in the backfield all day. Just forces that ball to be thrown a little bit behind. That was the right call. Minnesota went all out, pressure. He puts that ball on A.J. Brown's front shoulder pad. I think he picks up the first down. Instead, now it's 3rd and 9, and Minnesota gets to hang on to a timeout.
It's one of the highest probability plays of the game that could switch the momentum one way or another. Play clock's winding down. Play clock's at 0, and a flag is thrown. Did they get a timeout? They did not.
Somebody on the sideline just has to bail your quarterback out. He's got to
delay game. First charge timeout.
All right, they got it.
They did get the timeout. Philadelphia did.
All right, so there you go. So that's a great job. I'm assuming it was Sirianni. That's where in those moments the quarterback just has so much going on. It's a critical 3rd down. You're trying to set the protection. You're trying to identify who the rushers are. Sometimes it's easy to lose track of the play clock, and nice job there by Sirianni bailing them out.
2 timeouts apiece. Clock is stopped. 3rd down and long. One of Jalen Hurts' best passing games in the last 2 seasons.
He's got one-on-one on the top of the screen. A lot of cushion up here with Isaiah Rodgers. One-on-one against A.J. Brown.
It is Hurts launching it. A.J. Brown is loose, and A.J. Brown has it. And that might have sealed the game.
Taylor has it. Throws middle of the field and knocked away by Mike Jackson. So they went away from
Well, it's been the passing game all day. First off coverage, what's Isaiah Rodgers worried about? He's worried about slant. He's standing at the first down to gain line, and he's going to drive everything. Max protect, and Jalen Hurts throws that ball about 3 yards before A.J. Brown even gets his head around, knowing that there was going to be a free rusher in his face, and just simply lets him run underneath it for one of many big-time throws we've seen from Jalen Hurts today.
Same old Panthers, and they certainly have looked like the new and improved Carolina Panthers. Now, they did fake a punt last week effectively, but can't do it here. Etienne inside the 35 puts a move on and up out of bounds around the 43-yard line. So after
pass more often than not, and today Jalen Hurts had his best performance in a long time.
Now they can bleed the clock. A field goal essentially puts the game away as well. Second timeout used by Minnesota. And this is what Jalen Hurts has done over the course of the day today.
They started the game. That was 4th down. Little simple scramble drill. Then here was an under center play action early in the 3rd quarter. Devontae Smith, this was the play of the game. This was 3rd and 13. He escapes the pocket.
The average for Dowdle, over 4.5 a carry. Hubbard gets this one. And a timeout used. The Jets will use one of their 3 remaining. So 2 left. Even you can do that math.
Yes. And if you can get a first down, you end this game. So that's where you are.
Got to operate on 3rd and pass. Today, Jalen Hurts has checked the box on all those different opportunities.
Here's Barkley. Minnesota's out of timeouts. Minute 25 left. Get this clock down to about 50. They're the offensive leaders for the day, Smith and Brown.
But ultimately, it's about winning. That's what Bill Parcells, his mentor, says. You're judged by your record.
Well, here's the good news if you're a Jets fan. And this defense is legitimate. And I said last week, I told you, against the Broncos, they out-hit the Broncos
on these situations down to the second. They know by those deep handoffs to Saquon, even though they end up going backwards, it's going to eat up just a couple more seconds each snap just allows them to get closer and closer to being able to run this game out without even having to attempt a field goal.
So Philly uses its second timeout.
Thing out, but right now, this is what's leading the football team, the Jets defense.
You know, in a league where on any weekend, teams, underdogs, beaten up teams can pull off upsets and get a win somehow. The Jets, the only winless.
Let's go to the quad box right now as we have reached 4:05 Eastern, 1:05 Pacific. Time for the late window to open up. The 2-4 New York Giants at the 4-2 Denver Broncos, as Carolina with a first down, and that's going to ice the game there. They can go into victory formation now against the New York Jets, who will remain winless. And the Indianapolis Colts, 5-1, first place in their division, at the Los Angeles Chargers, 4-2, and first place in their division. The alternate uniforms for the Bolts in SoFi Stadium. And we are underway with the 5-1 Indianapolis Colts, the 1 seed in the AFC, getting the football first with Daniel Jones and company. We'll be following those games as we go. The Eagles, what they're going to do is run around. All they need to do in the next 2 snaps is take 7 seconds on the clock. So there it counts, it counts, it counts. And, well, there you go. And, yeah, and so the clock starts. All there is 1 second difference. So they will, all he's going to say is just take 3 more seconds off the clock. They're not going to attempt a field goal just in case you would get a block on the last play of the game or something like that. The Eagles know about such things on the other side of the line of scrimmage. But that's a victory for the Philadelphia Eagles, assuming that they just handle the 2 seconds on the clock as well as they can. In fact, Sirianni's going to call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock, which should be 1 or 2 seconds on the game clock, and then take their 4th down snap, run the final seconds away. Victory formation, as we said, for the Carolina Panthers. Congratulations to them. Panthers have won 3 in a row, and they are above 500 going into week number 8. 4-3. The the Carolina Panthers improved to Aaron Glenn's New York Jets, dropped to 0-7. Bryce Young, of course, left the game for Carolina with an ankle injury, did not return. Dave Canales will be asked about that in the post-game locker room. In fact, there's J.C. Horn, one of the key players making plays for Carolina. They're a surprise 4-3 team with Andy Dalton cleaning things up and Tyrod Taylor, the other backup quarterback who finished that game. So 2 seconds left here. Just take the snap, back up, take a knee, and Philadelphia will end their 2-game losing streak to improve to 5-2.
For a matchup of 2 teams that had a little extra rest. Bye week for Minnesota, coming off a European trip where they went 1-1. Sky was falling in Philadelphia.
And we'll just show you the final snap there in victory formation for Philadelphia. First snap, or one of the first snaps from scrimmage, it's Tyler Warren. Man, there's so many great stories on this Indianapolis Colts offense. Jonathan Taylor leads the league in rushing, leads the league in touchdowns. Daniel Jones resurrecting his career. Tyler Warren looking like one of the special rookies in the 2025 class. That's a 29-yard gain. Hurts took the 2 seconds off the clock. Again, that was 4th down, so it didn't matter once the clock hit 0. And there it is. 5-2. The Philadelphia Eagles improve to. Minnesota drops to 3-3. And with that, the early window comes to a close. Bears, Browns, Chiefs, Eagles, Panthers, and Patriots get victories in the 6-game early window.
Here are some players to watch, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook.
Now that we're into the late window, the Giants and Broncos underway, as are the Colts and the Chargers. Some players to watch. CeeDee Lamb expected back today for the Dallas Cowboys. How might that impact George Pickens, who is on a hot touchdown scoring streak? And Romeo Doubs for the Green Bay Packers, one of those touchdown scorers and excellent skill performers for Green Bay. Bam Knight for the Arizona Cardinals, expected to get a lot of carries with all the injuries the Cardinals have had at that running back position. Reminder to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app for the latest NFL odds and to check out the Redzone Total TD Market. Live to the New York Giants. Boy, have they found some swagger in recent weeks. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatteraboo, and this New York Giants offense. But this is the toughest test they may have faced so far this year. The Denver Broncos' ferocious defense. 3rd and 7.
That's what you have to stay away from. Look at 9 guys, 8 guys right at the line of scrimmage. How do you decipher who to block?
Batted down. Incomplete. Pressure was there. 4th and 7. Here comes the punting unit. Allen and Benito combining.
So defense does its job in Denver. Expect to see a New York Giants punt. Daniel Jones on play action to Jonathan Taylor, who then goes out into a pass pattern and catches the ball and moves the sticks. 13-yard pickup. Let's go live now to Inglewood. Actually, no, they've taken a commercial timeout. I think it may have been a TV timeout for an injury, perhaps at the end of this play, because that Colts play ended up just outside the red zone. We'll get you there. You're not going to miss any snaps for Indianapolis. Let's flash back to early this morning here in the United States. Wembley Stadium was the site of the LA Rams Jacksonville Jaguars game, and it was all Los Angeles. Matthew Stafford threw 5 touchdown passes. Trevor Lawrence had a touchdown, and it was to Travis Hunter. Congratulations to the number 2 pick in the draft, the Heisman Trophy winner. But that was the only bright spot for Jacksonville, as the Rams controlled the football, controlled the scoring, and controlled the outcome. 35-7, Rams in dominant fashion improves to 5-2 on the year. Jacksonville drops their 3rd game of the year. Jacksonville goes to 4-3. A reminder, there are still 2 more international games on the NFL schedule. The Falcons and Colts will go from Berlin. That game comes your way a few weeks from now, November 9th in Berlin, Germany. Shout out to our Germany fans who love NFL Redzone. Meanwhile, the Commanders and Dolphins will wrap up the international series. Madrid, Spain, with its first ever NFL game. That'll come your way November 16th, both on NFL Network. Oh, and Jonathan Taylor is loose. Jonathan Taylor into the end zone for his latest touchdown. He leads the league.
And it's capped off by a 23-yard rip.
Just marched their way right down the field, doing whatever they wanted to. The run game, the play action game, and then finishing it off with some superb blocking up front by the Colts offensive line. And of course, Jonathan Taylor is going to take full advantage as he scampers into the end zone for an opening touchdown.
That is 8 rushing touchdowns in his last 5 games. He is number 1 in the NFL in rushing. He is number 1 in yards after contact, and he is a big reason why this team is 5-1. Oh, extra point, Badgley. He missed it. A former Charger stepped in for the injury to Spencer Schrader, suffered a torn ACL, and they're going to have to settle for 6 wide left. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from AT&T.
Yeah, Money Badger, incorrect on that extra point there. The Indianapolis Colts, though, the highest scoring team in football. They averaged 32 points per game, and they're already ahead of that pace, putting in their first touchdown at the 12:36 mark of the first quarter. Justin Herbert better buckle up for a shootout for the Chargers to stay in this one. Meanwhile, another AFC West offense, Bo Nix's Denver Broncos with their opening possession.
With the 1st and 10. The running back is J.K. Dobbins. A block by Bowles. A pass through the hands and incomplete of the rookie Pat Bryant. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. What has the tape told you about Bo Nix and what he's doing in his 2nd season?
Well, he put up some really big numbers as a rookie, and this year his numbers have come back a little bit. Some of that is due to the offseason defensive coordinators getting an opportunity to study what you do well and try and limit some of those things. A year ago, he was big at throwing the ball down the field. One of the top throwers in the NFL, airing the ball down the field over 20 yards. This year, not having nearly as much success downfield.
5 in the secondary for the Giants, 2nd and 10. And here he goes again with the pass. Broken up, looking for Sutton. Big time hit on the play. Muasau was there, the inside linebacker. Stuck him hard, incomplete, 3rd and 10.
Well, Sutton's someone they like to get to, especially on these short slant throws. That ball's a little high. Get in space. You're trying to protect yourself. He takes a big hit, not able to come up with the catch.
And let's check out the first snaps on offense for Justin Herbert and the mustard-clad LA Chargers.
Running back position, Vidal gets the call, and he came through last week. Falls forward for
GL 3rd and 10. Here comes Thibodeau. Here comes Abdul Carter downfield and overshoots his intended receiver. That was Troy Franklin. With the coverage downfield by Cordell Flott, who has really improved at that cornerback position. And it's 4th down. Here comes the punting unit.
Well, this is where the Giants have been able to have success this year. When you talk about rushing and not having to commit too many guys, right here you've got 4 guys rushing. So that allows you to drop 7 into coverage. 3rd and 10, they make a wall right where the first down marker is. They extend him outside the pocket, and Nix really has nothing he can do except throw it away.
The Australian, Jeremy Crawshaw, and a rookie will punt for Denver. Shevsky is back for the Giants at the 30. In this thin air here in Denver, and he wants to get a fair catch.
As we see the punt there, and you see an injury timeout. That was another offensive tackle going down for the LA Chargers. Austin DeCoulis, I think is how you might pronounce his last name, number 74. The reason I spotlight that is because he is the 3rd offensive tackle to be injured in preseason and regular season for the Chargers. They've just been decimated at that position. Okay, let's talk about this here. That Denver Broncos game at home. It is a massive reunion for Denver Broncos alums and fans and everything. They're celebrating the 10th anniversary of Super Bowl 50's victory for Denver, and as well, they are inducting the great late Demaryius Thomas into the Broncos Ring of Fame, one of the most beloved players in franchise history. 5 consecutive Pro Bowls Demaryius Thomas went to, more than 9,000 receiving yards, 60 touchdowns he received in his Denver Broncos career, passed away in 2021 at the age of 33, gone but always remembered, and now enshrined next to each other with the great Peyton Manning, who had so many excellent years with that Denver Broncos Super Bowl championship winning team. More from Denver coming up in just a bit, and we are just about 8 minutes away from 2 more kickoffs. You've got, okay, that's Dak Prescott walking in the suit. So who's the guy in the jersey? That's Jake Ferguson, the starting tight end. And why are they pointing to, he was wearing Dak Prescott's high school jersey. If there's a way to get your quarterback's attention, that might be it right there. That's a nifty thing. Dak walking in with his tight end who is wearing Dak's high school jersey. Ferguson's off to a fantastic start, by the way. He's leading tight ends in a couple of different metrics so far this year. And he's tied for 3rd in the NFL with 44 receptions. That's tied among wide receivers or anyone. He has most among tight ends. All right, out of the commercial breaks there, and like I said, about 7 minutes away for 2 more kickoffs. But now we check back in with the injured offensive line of the LA Chargers and Justin Herbert calling the shots.
And they're now down to their 6th offensive tackle with Joe Alt down, Rashawn Slater, Trey Pipkins. You got Bobby Hart in there, now Austin DeCoulis out. Sorrell is their 6th option at offensive tackle.
Shotgun. The throw from Herbert is handled by Keenan Allen. Take it to the 40-yard line. They pick up 8 yards on the play. Tackle made by Jonathan Edwards. No Charvarius Ward for Indianapolis.
Center today, Austin Schlottman is in. Regular center John Michael Schmitz. Concussion protocol is out. It's a Scatterboo pitch and a block out. There goes by Theo Johnson. Rumbling by the 40.
Set up Dicker for the field goal. Chargers got their 4th win of the season under Jim Harbaugh and snapped a 2-game losing streak. They need a yard. They get it to Vidal. Pick up 4. That'll move the chains for Los Angeles.
Kickers, man. Back to you. 5-1. Colts coming in. Scatterboo hit right there. Brought down. Malcolm Roach shooting through. He had missed the first 5 games of the season with injury. He is so valuable on that defensive line for the number 2 defense.
Able to do. Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, was talking to him this week, and he said, I can't really do everything I want to do right now with so many injuries on the offensive line.
It's a running play. Vidal. And there's nothing there.
It's nice to have Roach back on the field.
Third down 2. Robinson was the back. Outside it goes, incomplete, looking for Scatteroo. It was knocked away on the play. It may have been Tillman who came through. Moss on the coverage. Quickly out. 3 and out for the Giants. Punting unit back out there.
Their sack total. So you watch those matchups today. Those offensive tackles against the Colts D-line.
Chargers had 403 yards of offense last week in that tight victory over Miami. 2nd and 10. Herbert on the touch pass to Vidal. Out in space, and he gets leveled on the play by
Mims is back at the 15. He wants the fair catch. A lot of that at about the 14-yard line.
The line of scrimmage looks like cover 0. Instead, they drop everybody out into their coverage. Justin Herbert has to just check it down underneath, and they make a great tackle. Lou Anarumo is going to bring all different sorts of looks today, and you never quite know. Is he bringing the pressure, or is he backing everybody out into zone?
Another 3rd down for L.A. Deep drop. Herbert loads it up, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Johnston, flagged out.
Late flag.
The penalty marker matches the uniform. Mekhi Blackmon in coverage.
Quentin Johnston comes all the way.
Number 43 defense. Spot foul, automatic first down.
He comes from all the way across the formation to the other side, and you see there, Mekhi Blackmon just gets into a trail position, and a little bit of that jersey with his right hand is what the referee saw, throws the flag, and that is a huge 25-yard penalty.
Johnston was inactive last week, out with a hamstring injury. Chargers now have it inside the Indy 30. Haskins is in there. They give it to him, and Haskins is brought down just short of the 25. You want to talk about it? The debut of the all-gold Charger Power uniforms. It's the first of its kind, worn by the Bolts as an homage to the legends of yesteryear. It does have a mustard feel to it, or...
I mean, 8 minutes left in the first quarter, Savannah Bananas. I think the over-under was under that.
Yeah.
It was going to come up at some point.
I feel like I'm getting enough potassium to last the rest of the year.
Chiquita.
2nd and 6. Herbert, well placed to McConkey. McConkey stepped forward last week, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown in the absence of Johnston. That one picks up 5.
And I was half joking, half serious when I asked Justin Herbert yesterday, all yellow uniforms, does that make it easier or harder for you to see these guys? He's like, it has to be easier. They are bright. And he finds McConkey there. Nice and easy to see.
He said, I feel pretty strongly that I'm going to see my guys. And he can. We all can. America can.
Yes.
3rd down and 1. Movement. Got a penalty flag thrown, so we will hear from Alan Eck once again.
False start, number 73, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And it's Mekhi Beck.
Second possession at the 15. High snap, quick throw. Incomplete. Looking for Ingram, the former Giant, on the 1st and 10. 2nd and 10 for Denver.
Such a good hard count. You trick your own players.
So now the 3rd and 1 becomes a 3rd and 6. 6-0 lead for the Colts. 8 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Nyheim Hines elevated from the practice squad